Okay, so are you able to handle your accounting skills over there for Sporcle?
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play a little Sporcle. Here we go. That's you, Johnny.
I hit it. I know. Yeah, hold on.
Johnny B is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. JoJo is playing.
Oh.
Galvin is playing. I am playing. If JoJo wins, everybody wins. How do you like that?
At least
How
I
do you like
had
that?
Tony to
To
lean
what?
on yesterday for my
to
terrible
get
game
zero?
play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tony loves that he tackles his game like he thinks he's going to weigh in and beat us, and rarely ever happens.
It was not my day yesterday. Today I feel it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably not.
All right, Johnny, what are we playing today?
Today we are playing. Can you name the actor or actress that play the role, meaning the title of the movie is actually their character?
Okay.
Name the
All
right.
actor that plays that character.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yes, we can do that. Everybody ready for that?
Yes.
Just last
Okay.
name of the actor.
That's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
That will work, yes.
Okay.
All right. First question. The 13th Warrior.
Keanu Reeves.
The
Liam
13th
Neeson.
Warrior?
I don't know.
That would be Antonio Banderas.
Oh,
Yes. I don't think I saw that movie either.
no.
All right. You'll get this one. The 40-year-old virgin.
Stevie
Carell.
Carell.
Mike Calta.
Judge.
I
Judge?
thought that was JoJo.
Oh, my God. I said Corral, and I got it out for everybody. JoJo gets the point.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There you go. Everybody could win. Next question. The Apostle.
The Apostle is...
Russell Crowe.
Mel Gibson.
No, is it Robert Duvall?
Nailed
there
it. It
you
is
go.
Robert Duvall.
I don't think I saw it.
The Artist.
I don't know.
The Artist. Yeah, I've never heard of this.
Roberto, whatever, the Italian dude, is it?
No.
No.
What's the piano guy with the big nose? He just won. I don't remember his name.
No.
That's a brutalist.
Brutalist.
Brody? No.
Yeah.
No, this is Jean Desjardins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Nobody saw that. Okay, this one you'll get. The Bodyguard.
Kevin Costner.
Boom. JoJo.
Thank you.
It's because we were all going to say
I
Whitney
know.
Houston.
I reverse jinxed her.
Uh-huh.
The Brave One.
Clint Eastwood.
Great guess. The Brave One.
Jodie Foster?
Nailed it.
What?
Galvin.
You said great guess.
Yeah.
Point Calvin.
The Dark Knight.
Bale.
Oh.
Galvin. The Devil's Advocate.
Reeves.
Pacino.
Oh.
Mike Calta.
Ah, that's right. It was Reeves. Pacino was the devil.
The Dictator.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Chaplin.
Galvin. The Duchess.
Keira Knightley? No.
JoJo.
Oh.
Ah.
There
If
you
you
go.
say no afterwards, you don't get it.
That's right. The Elephant Man.
Malkovich.
Hurt.
Galvin. The Enforcer.
Clint
Eastwood.
I know Mike started. Judge.
Mike Calta.
Thank you.
There you go. We are halfway there. Pap.
That's
Mike
you,
and
Joe.
JoJo both have Mike and
Jesus
JoJo both have 3 points on the board. Galvin is your leader by 1. He's winning with 4.
Oh, all right. Come on.
All right. The English Patient.
Fines.
Galvin. The Exorcist.
Reagan.
Nope. That is...
Ah.
What is that bitch's name? Oh, no. It's The Exorcist. So it would be the priest. Well, I can't even picture in
Oh
my
my
head.
God. Me either.
You're never going to get it.
Yeah.
Max von Sydow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, wasn't her name
Yeah.
in the movie?
In the movie, yeah.
Damn it.
What is her name?
Blair.
Linda Blair.
Linda
Yeah.
Blair.
All right. The Fifth Element.
Bruce Willis.
I can't even think.
The Fifth Element.
Guess so I can make a guess.
Yeah. I see her face.
I know. Mankiewicz.
Oh, now I know what it is. No, I don't.
Malkovich?
It's close.
No, you don't get close on this.
What-
show.
know, my
What is
bad.
it?
It is Mila Djokovic.
Djokovic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was something close to that.
Yes.
No point.
Damn it.
Okay.
Half point.
The Fighter. Wahlberg. That is Galvin. The Fly.
Goldblum.
Jesus.
Galvin.
Darn it.
The Fugitive.
Ford.
Mike Calta. The Godfather Part 2.
De Niro.
Pacino.
Mike Calta.
Part 2. He was the Godfather.
Yes, he was. That's why I was right.
No, De Niro.
No, De Niro was.
But De Niro was in the flashback.
he was not the Godfather yet.
Boo.
The Good Son.
Elijah Wood.
Macaulay Culkin.
Mike Calta.
He was the good one.
He was a bad one.
The Graduate.
Hoffman.
Huffman.
Mike Calta. The Great Dictator.
Chaplin.
Mike Calta. And that is, we are on the final three right now. Pat.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you passed.
Crap the bed.
JoJo with 3 points on the board. No movement there. Galvin with 7. And Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 8.
I don't like it. I
like it a lot.
All right, tight.
Here we go.
Final three. The Hobbit.
Elijah
Wood.
Wood.
The Hobbit is the guy that was in The Office, and I don't know his goddamn name.
I think I know.
But
Was it the Rudy?
no, it was the
Oh.
guy that was in the English Office. What's his name?
Martin Freeman.
Yeah, that is.
Final two. The Horse Whisperer.
Robert Redford.
Galvin.
Ooh, we are
We
tied.
are tied with one to go.
Oh,
We are
boy.
tied. JoJo, you're out.
Fine.
You weren't going to get it.
I know.
Last one. The Hurricane.
Washington.
Galvin.
I could not get it out. I saw his face. The whole deal. I don't like it at all.
Your final score, JoJo with 3 points on the board, Michael with 8, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 9.
Galvin, what line are you playing for?
I'll go for line 4, please.
Line 4. Good morning. Who is this?
Oops, sorry.
That's all right. There you go. Good morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing today?
Good. What is your name, sir?
Sean.
Sean, what do you do for a living?
I drive a truck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I drive one of those lawnmowers that I'm really jealous of. Sean, thank you. I'm going to put you on hold. Johnny B will grab you during the break and we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay, buddy?
All right. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you. Johnny,
Yes,
that
sir.
is line 4.
Got him.
Line 4.
Got it.
Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, not forever, Uber Dong and Blood and Puke. Yeah.
Delicious. Johnny, do not double here.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay.
Oh,
Whatever you want.
Is that a problem or is that good?
No.
Okay.
It's not a problem right
I don't
now.
wanna-
I'll
yeah,
figure out
I-
later.
Oh, you sure? Now I feel like I just screwed everything up for you.
No. It's just, you do it different than Carmen does it.
Carmen
It's like-
was
yeah.
supposed to tell you that the doubling comes after the first break. And
Okay.
for some reason, she told you it was before news.
She might have told me the other way, and I
Right.
just didn't hear her correctly.
But it doesn't matter. If you don't double here, we'll be on track, and we'll be on time, and we'll make up for it in the 9 o'clock hour.
I
Also-
trust you, Mike Calta.
Yes.
Johnny B, can I make a request?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can you center your camera a little bit? Your face is.
Oh, come on. We don't want your
sorry,
face
I
off
didn't
center.
see that pretty
Sorry,
face.
Come on.
Show us that
God.
pretty face.
Yeah, there we.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
there
up?
we go.
By the way, whenever Joe was giving the final score, he said JoJo had 3, and she gave herself a proud little
I
nod.
did.
She-
I feel like I got 3 more than Gio would have gotten.
Yeah.
You got 3 more than Tony got.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
And
I'm
you
not
were-
going to lie.
You were close on a couple other ones too.
I did
like
okay.
You had it, but you
I
just
am
didn't get
proud
it
of
in fast
myself
enough. Yeah.
today.
When we all had 3, I
Legend.
was getting a little nervous that we were going to run out of prizes if you won. All right, Galvin has your news. We'll take a quick break and we'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Friday night. Now, this is where you're going to have to put this in your phone. Maybe have your AI assistant remind you, because this could be something that slips your mind, because we will not be here on Friday. We were off Thursday and Friday this week because it's spring break. We just decided to work these 3 days, even though the rest of the world seems to have taken off. But I want to remind everybody, good morning, Bailey. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Mike.
Sorry, Bailey. I didn't mean to cut you off. How are you doing today?
No worries at all. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Pretty good. I was just about to tell the people, do you know where Pitbull Toddler is playing this week?
Yes, Pitbull Toddler is playing at the Daiquiri Shack in Madeira Beach on March 21st. Are you looking forward to the show?
I am. You know I'm in the band.
Of course I remember. It's going to be a fantastic performance. Do you have everything ready for the show?
I do. I need to practice a little bit. You think there'll be any sluts there?
A bit of practice never hurts. As for the crowd, I'm sure you'll have a great turnout. Just focus on giving it your all and you'll rock the stage.
Oh.
What's the best way to pick up groupies?
Just be yourself and treat everyone with respect. Building genuine connections with your fans is the best way to create a positive and supportive environment. Enjoy the music and have fun out there.
What should you do if a girl flashes her boobs?
What should I do if a girl flashes me her boobs?
Boobs.
It's important to always treat others with respect and kindness. My guidelines won't let me talk about that.
Oh.
Can I help you with something else?
Oh.
No, but thank you for breaking through and telling me
Yeah.
about that. I know
Serious
I got the real
Bailey.
deal. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
serious Bailey on that
Yeah.
one. All right, Bailey, I love you.
I'm here to help you with anything you need. Let me know if there's anything else on your mind.
Bye, sweet face.
Mm.
She's the best.
Take care, Mike.
All right, there you go. I love her.
I do
Telling
too,
us to
but
respect
also,
women.
yeah,
Get out of here.
we don't want respect.
Ugh.
We do, but I mean, let's be honest. At the Daiquiri Shack, it's time for us all to throw respect out the door and take our dongs out.
Mm.
Your mic.
What?
No, it is. Okay. You just talk into it, though. It helps. Yeah, Friday night, we're going to be at the Daiquiri Shack in Madeira Beach with Pitbull Toddler, and I'm trying to let you know about that now because Friday will be best of. So, Johnny,
I
are
think
you
that was
here?
the last time I've seen you play was at the Daiquiri Shack.
It's the best. It's
yeah.
the best. It's like a home base for us.
Yeah, love it.
He has me put in for best ofs also, but I told him I might come in, and do the after show anyway. Just
Well, if you're doing an after show or if you're hosting the best of, if you could just remind everybody that Friday night we'll be at the Daiquiri Shack.
I'll remind him every second on my social media. I'll tell everybody. I'll go around and meet some new neighbors and tell them too.
Bailey, shut up now. Come on now.
She's yapping up.
Jesus. This is
Stupid
where
women.
This is where they take over.
Ugh.
This is where it takes over. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Right now, it is time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, President Donald Trump says many elements of peace agreement in Ukraine have been agreed with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, ahead of their much-anticipated phone call. Trump posted on Truth Social that he will speak to Putin this morning. He said that while there have been agreements, much remains to be worked upon. Each week brings 2,500 soldiers' deaths from both sides, and it must end now, he said.
Now.
I look very much forward to the phone call with President Putin. He earlier told reporters that we're going to see if we can work a peace agreement, a ceasefire, and peace, and I think we'll be able to do it.
Can you imagine if he walks out of the meeting and he goes, done,
Yeah.
donezo. Here's the other thing. Ukraine schmookraine. Do you have the other big Donald Trump news today?
Which is?
Tuesday, today, over 800,000 files related to the JFK assassination are going to be released today. Thank you to our own sweet Anna Paulina Luna. That is, what do you roll your eyes? You said it's not happening?
No, I don't know whether there's going to be anything. Is it going to all be redacted? Is it going to be all this different stuff that we,
by
keep
the
on
order
hearing
of
about?
the president, no redactions. Now, will it happen? I don't know, but
that's the thing.
So it's supposed to happen today, and So he said, when I got in office last time, I said I would do that. And then I started going through it, and it was Steve Bannon and other people came up to him and they said, "You can't do this. You can't release this information." And he said, "Okay." And then this time he said that he said that he would do it, and he's going to do it. And he instructed them to do it with no redactions or as little redactions as possible. And that means everything that's going to come out will be all clear. You'll be able to read it. He said there's over 800,000 files. He even joked that they're going to have a lot of reading to do to get through it. I don't know that he's gone through. I mean, I would imagine he's got to know everything. My thing is, I feel like he couldn't keep a secret. Like, that's why I feel like we don't know anything about aliens. Or if we do, he doesn't know, because he'd be like, I'm going to talk to Putin. And I'm going to do it. And we have aliens. Aliens are here. They live among us. And poor Michael Jackson was an alien. Like, I don't think he'd be able to stop saying that if he knew. So today, that is supposed to come out. You're not excited?
Nah, we'll see. I'm excited whenever I read it.
If it was an honest to goodness truth. I mean, it's only the findings of what they have. I don't know. It's not going to be like, and then we had somebody kill Kennedy. Like, it's not going to say it like that.
The Warren Commission, right?
But the Warren Commission papers have already come out.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, there might have been some redacted stuff, but the Warren Commission report had already come out and found that Lee Harvey Oswald was guilty, that he was the one who did it.
Okay.
It's the questioning of the Warren Commission and the information that didn't make it public that may change that point of view. So I don't know. I have been long invested into this situation just since Oliver Stone put my face on it.
But also, I mean, what do you know what it's going to be? The CIA killed JFK, and then they had.
But I don't know,
Ruby.
Because here's the thing. So let's just say that there was some shenanigans going on. Did the CIA hire the mob and Lee Harvey Oswald? Did they hire the mob to do the killing, but make Lee Harvey Oswald a patsy because he was an expatriate? Or was he working with the Cuban communist and did it because he thought that he was going to, Kennedy couldn't be the president anymore? Like, what is the real? I don't know that it's going to say, and that's why we hired the mob to kill. Okay, but then the whole Jack Ruby thing. I mean, there's got to be some information that goes, oh, okay, here it is, right here. Jack Ruby because Jack Ruby supposedly was dying of cancer,
right?
And was told if he did this and died in jail that they would take care of his family. So if there's paper trails to that would be something interesting. If they could actually say that that's true.
We'll see.
And then if that's so, why did they kill Oswald?
I don't think you get the answers. I don't think you get the answers you're looking for.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the same thing.
You're a fine looking man, Mr. Garrett. Jojo,
Yes,
do
sir.
you shop at Forever 21? I know you're not 21, but
No.
Why would you not ask me that?
Did I ever? Yeah. I've been in the Forever 21.
is it guys and girls?
I don't know, but I have shopped there before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Forever
Bye-bye.
21 has filed for bankruptcy for the second time in 6 years. This time, they're closing all stores.
Yeah,
it's
there's
done.
just too much of now everything like that Shein and all these stuff, all these things, these stores that you see that you can find cheap clothes,
Right.
like 'cause that's what it was.
They're all
Plus-
made cheap.
Yeah, tiny pieces of fabric for super cheap.
Right.
Yeah, plus online.
Yeah, well,
and you can
yes.
return stuff so easy.
Amazon.
Now, yeah. I mean, it makes it so easy for you.
They tried to do like a Forever 31 or whatever it was,
Oh,
like
really?
for like older women.
Yeah.
Ooh, Forever Double X. I know what you're saying,
Yeah, it didn't go over so well.
No.
These
No.
Smalls are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I remember
Not so good.
going into the Express whenever I was younger, and I was like, oh, let me try it. And I got like an extra large shirt and could barely get it over my. I was like, this is not an extra
No.
large, guys.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop trying to make yourself feel good. Oh, I wear an
Just
extra large.
change
Look
the
how big I am.
letters on the tag.
Yeah. You're 120 pounds. You think you're wearing an extra large? Get out of Pepsi bought the prebiotic soda brand Poppy for how much? Poppy, which seems to have just come out of nowhere.
Just the one
Yeah.
with the no sugar.
Yes,
Pop.
no sugar. And I actually picked up. They sell it in a
pretty
4-pack.
good.
I picked up a thing, and it was $8.99 or something for a 4-pack. I was like, nah,
Jeez.
beat it.
I mean, it's pretty good, but
I don't know how much did they buy.
Pepsi bought Poppy for $1.6 billion.
Oh, good for you, Bobby.
1.6 billion. People want healthier options than regular old sugar water. So
you know what I
Poppy's-
noticed now that you say
got
that
the
on
prebiotic.
American Idol, the new season just started, and
They all have Poppy.
they have Poppy cups instead
Yeah.
of the Pepsi or the Coke or whatever it was
Right.
before. Yeah.
Interesting.
Poppy,
Interesting.
and none of them are drinking Poppy.
No.
No, they put whatever they want in the cup.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the cup's there to
The Poppy.
advertise and do the stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I think, I don't know whether it's true or not, or it's just in my head. Like one of them had like Sonic cups or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that seems
Yeah,
weird.
like they all went through the drive-thru on the way there.
yeah. All right.
Give me a foot-long hot dog. I'm on my way to do the voice.
Put some chili on there. An old story from 2016 is going viral again, but it was a company in Spain wanted to honor a 69-year-old employee for working there for so long that they were going to honor this person. Then, while they were getting ready to honor them, they realized that that person has not shown up to work in 6 years.
Oh, are you serious?
It was
Like the
Cash in the check.
Oh, that's
Milton.
hilarious.
Yeah. Isn't that
Oh,
funny?
Yeah.
How do you
that's
get
great.
away with that? What
Oh my
job
God,
do you
I
have
don't
that
know.
you get
That's
away
what I
with
was
that?
gonna say.
I mean, I'm
So-
sure there are plenty of jobs where
There's a couple of things. Did you hear about the guy last year, or it might have been a little longer ago, but it popped up in the news again? The guy that made hundreds of thousands of dollars by just billing Facebook, Meta, and Meta Industries for things that he didn't do. He would just send them the bill, and they're just so used to getting bills and paying it, they would just pay him.
Oh my God.
They would get the bill and pay him.
Genius.
And the guy, he did it for a while. He hundreds of thousands of dollars for work that he never provided. So when you think you got something, running that smoothly in that kind of operation that runs at that scale, there are some things like that slip through the cracks. What they were saying in Doge, how they went through the system and found people that were getting paid for Social Security that were 300 years old and all that, which turned out to be debunked. But things like that just slip through the cracks.
Yeah,
you know?
but what job are you doing that you had to have been doing a job at some point and then you just stopped doing that job?
And nobody
you know what I mean?
noticed.
Like, how does that? What were you?
Galvin,
in
look
charge of?
around our building. There's so many useless people in there.
Okay, but seriously, name a position right now that they could get away with not doing anything.
Like not even showing up.
right.
Yeah.
If they didn't
Yeah.
show up, if they didn't do anything,
A
if
lot
they
of them
didn't
don't do anything, but
return
they
an
still
email.
show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it'd have to be somebody you forgot. Okay, I got somebody. What's that idiot at night that changed his name?
Rockwell.
Cockwell.
Yeah.
He or that guy that we put on the death pool that we couldn't give points to because technically he still worked here.
Oh, Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams.
Okay,
No, but that's
say Ryan Adams had a thing where his on air was eliminated, but he was still listed as an employee, and he still kept turning in hours. We wouldn't. Corporate doesn't know who Ryan Adams is. They just see the hours coming in as usual, and they keep paying it. But corporate doesn't know who he is, so they don't know that Ryan Adams is not showing up.
But at some point, he was scheduled to run the board.
No.
Also, John Brennan has to approve our hours. So
Yeah. So.
Well, that's the thing. So for some way, it's getting directly to payroll,
Yeah.
and it's not. It's bypassing
I guess
the middle
if you
management.
just have so many employees and you just are going
Right.
through and
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
guess you could.
the numbers, like the bottom line looks pretty decent and within the range of what it's supposed to, that they're like, okay, that they all worked and we accrued so many hours, so I'll just approve it and send it over.
John only has to worry about a certain amount of shows. Say John now is in charge of Tampa, Phoenix, and Chicago, and he didn't know anything about
Sure.
Chicago, so they're like, Ryan Adams worked 14 hours last week, and John's like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He just checks it off.
I
Poor
wonder-
Ryan Adams hasn't worked here in like 8 years, and he's driving around right now just listening to us talk about him.
I wonder how that conversation went, whether this person was like, I don't do anything there. Like, I literally could take a couple weeks off and they wouldn't even know. And he took a couple weeks off. And then he was like, hey, I could probably just keep doing this.
Nobody
You know?
noticed.
They sent me my paycheck and I had full
So you
hours.
don't get in
and
trouble
stuff.
for that, right? I
Yeah, you do. You're
Sure,
stealing.
you do. That's fraud. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, it's your bad. You didn't pay attention.
But it's still fraud.
Still.
You were aware of it. You were aware of it because you weren't showing up
I
and you
think
knew that
that's
you were getting paid.
hogwash.
And once you were cashing those checks, yeah, that's fraud. I mean, you could say hogwash, but I don't know whether the judge is going to
It's
agree
not
with
a
you.
valid argument.
Your Honor, it's
Horse
hogwash.
hockey might be better.
Yeah.
Try horse hockey. Yeah.
Cock.
Hey,
Poppycock's good.
Poppycock. I like
Joe,
that.
you got the Uber over here because you had a little car trouble.
Yeah.
Anything weird happen with the Uber, or you just get dropped off? Everything good?
No, he's very cool. Very
Yeah.
nice
Can I
guy.
ask you a
from New York.
question?
Yeah.
JoJo brought this up.
Hmm.
If your
Detective
car
JoJo.
stalled
Yeah.
on 22nd Avenue,
Yeah.
why did you walk back to the house to call an Uber? Why didn't you just call an Uber to the car?
Because I was going to try to figure out if I can get Christy to drive me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You had an answer.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Approved.
A West Hartford, Connecticut man was arrested for an incident at a home on March 14th. Police say they received a report of an Uber driver who asked a customer if he could use their bathroom. Any chance you're letting the Uber driver in?
Probably.
Oh no!
I'd have a
way.
heart. What are you going to say? No to
I
that?
have four,
Absolutely.
I have 4 babies sleeping. I have 9
Yeah, no.
dogs. There's no way you're coming in my
No.
house.
you
get
can
out of
take a leak on the side of my house.
Yeah,
I
just,
don't know.
not in my
If a
house.
guy came running up to your door and he's like, I have an emergency. Please, can I use
Absolutely
it? I'd
not.
be
Yeah.
like, I know. I'm just telling you. I probably would be like, yeah, go ahead.
No,
I know.
that's how they.
I
get
know.
you.
Looking at it now from a normal point of view, I'd be like, that's insane. But I probably would be like, yeah, sure.
Especially
Well,
if it's a guy.
After a few minutes, the person opened the door to see the Uber driver pleasuring himself.
Oh.
Officials have identified the Uber driver as 33-year-old Ramesh Chand of West Hartford. Police contacted Chand, and he turned himself in. He was arrested, but has since been released on a $1,500 bond.
Why'd they open the door?
Probably like, hey,
That's-
man,
What's
you
going
can't-
on in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. you
Wait,
can't-
Well, I mean, like it said they opened the door. The guy's in there doing whatever he's doing. Why do you open the door?
Because they probably heard grunting and
Yeah, I just assume he's taking a dump.
Or he
Nah.
left it ajar, and they were like,
Oh,
"You all right?"
that's different.
Do you need any help in there?
Rajesh,
Well,
you
Mike-
okay?
so a fetish, right? Like that's what you try to
Yeah,
do, like
yeah.
in
Like
other
Tom.
people's homes.
Yeah, like Tom walking around naked. He wanted somebody
Yeah.
to see him naked.
because I mean, you could just do that in your car.
Oh, hey,
So,
boss.
yeah.
Meet little boss.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a weird thing to have
Yeah.
because you're gonna get fought. You know, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a fight.
I mean, I thought he was going to be stealing stuff or whatever, but
I would have been
not
like,
that.
"Hey, Rajesh, you about done in there? what are we doing here? You need some you porn?"
Oh,
and
yeah,
best case scenario is never gonna happen. You're never gonna get a girl go, "Oh my, oh, all right."
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
You know what I mean?
let's
That's
take
never
this to the bedroom.
right.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
No.
Oh, Rajesh.
I had some place to go, but I got a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a hot or not for you.
Oh,
guys.
good.
It's my first one.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go. Buckle in.
Okay.
A woman allegedly hit her boyfriend with a glass salsa jar after seeing him at a bar with another woman. That's according to police.
Absolutely.
Jessica, listen to the information here. Jessica, spelled JessYka. Jessica Holly Lejean was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and assault causing injury. According to the arrest warrant, the victim was at a restaurant with another woman when someone took a picture of them and sent it to Jessica. A short time later, she arrived at the bar and started swiping food and drink off the table. Jessica then picked up a glass salsa jar and threw it at her boyfriend, striking him in the ear. According to witnesses, the disturbance continued outside the restaurant. The manager and another witness told police that they argued outside and Jessica attempted to run over the victim with her vehicle. The manager said it appeared she deliberately swerved her vehicle in the direction of the victim. When police arrived, they met with the victim who said, "She hit the hell out of me." When police officers were speaking with the victim at the scene, Jessica called the victim multiple times and said, "So you're really going to put me in jail? I didn't mean to do it. I was just angry." She repeatedly stated that she was upset and didn't mean to cause any harm. So she is from, let's see. It doesn't say how old she is. I'm going to guess she's in her
I thought it
30s.
said she's 30 years old. I thought you said that in the beginning.
I don't think so.
I think that her name is pronounced Jessica.
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 Yeah. Jessica Holly Lejean. And she threw a glass salsa jar at her boyfriend, swiped all the stuff off the table, swerved her car at him, all the different stuff. Mike Calta, hot or not?
In my mind, Jessica is in her quinceanera dress. She's looks like a fat cased sausage. She's got big fake eyelashes. She is not hot. Although probably going to be hot for the game. But no, I'm going to stick with not hot. I'm going to stick with like a little chorizo.
Okay. By the way, she is from Texas.
Yeah. Fat Texas Mexican.
Okay.
She's a Fexican.
JoJo, what do you think?
I say the complete opposite.
Really?
From being in Texas where everything is bigger and better, she's crazy. She's like a pageant queen, and she got wind that her man.
Yeah, but she's pageant queen and like Miss Jalapeno. Miss Jalapeno.
Popper?
Yeah, Miss Jalapeno Popper. Exactly. Yeah.
I still think that.
You say hot?
Yeah.
When I was Miss Jalapeno Popper, I bet you there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Johnny B, you're in on this too. What do you got? You think she's hot or not?
Oh no, she is definitely. She's not hot at all. I'm right there with Mike, but I think she's fatter than you even imagine. Like she's.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't think she's. I mean, it's my opinion. I don't think she's that fat. I just think she looks like she's wearing a dress 2 sizes too small for her, and not in a sexy way.
Yeah,
she can't shop at Forever 21.
I picture like an ugly. Who's it? The Macy. Who's that chick? That
Macy Gray.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
like an ugly version of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's Forever 21 pounds overweight.
I think this is definitely not like Macy Gray. I think this is more like I feel like Derek would date her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You say not hot. JoJo says hot.
I do.
Johnny B says not hot. Check your phones. And you can see it on Bone TV. That is not hot.
Yeah.
That is not hot. No, that's not
Mm-hmm.
hot. That's not hot. No.
I have to tell
Definitely not what I pictured.
you, not hot. She's got bulldog face.
Bulldog face, weird alien eyebrows. Like she didn't.
Well, she didn't pencil them in yet.
Yeah, they need to be shaped properly.
She got bulldog face. There's nothing in there that's
I
pretty.
bet if she put her makeup on properly, you would think that she was hot.
Oh, I bet if she replaced her head and body, she'd be hot. But that's not how the game works. It's not if they replace parts would they be hot. It's called hot or not.
Hot rod or not rod.
Yeah.
It's up on our Instagram at the Mike Calta Show in the stories if you want to go take a look at it and decide for yourself hot or not hot. Definitely not hot.
That's a not hot.
And not as Mexican as I had predicted, but
No.
still
No.
equally as
I was also
ugly.
thinking very well, I guess not with that last name,
Ay,
but it could be
Chuchi.
by. I was thinking white with like big old hair.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Definitely Miss Jalapeno Popper
Miss Jalapeno
Yeah.
Popper.
2022.
This is a local story. A 34-year-old man in Clearwater, Florida, named Aaron Jablonski, was at a place called Overtime Sports Bar. Anybody ever been there?
No, but I feel
Overtime.
like that name sounds familiar.
Jablonski,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
I went to school with a Jason Jablonski.
I feel like I'm Facebook friends with the Jablonski.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like it was in a movie, like he was a football player, Jablonski,
Maybe.
something like that. He was at Overtime Sports Bar at 2:30 a.m. on a Saturday when all
That
good
is overtime.
when all good things happen. He apparently became furious because the karaoke machine was not working.
I get
He
that.
stormed out. That's when another karaoke fan tried to get him to cool down. Hey, we're karaoke brothers. Aaron was not in the mood and pulled a gun out of his waistband. He pointed at the other man and shouted, "I don't effing care." Someone called the cops, and when they showed up, Aaron still had the gun on him. Witnesses say they saw him waving around and firing off a round. Luckily, no one was hurt. Aaron was arrested on 2 felony charges, aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a felon. His rap sheet included convictions for DUI, disorderly conduct, theft, 2 separate incidents of battery on a police officer. So he was arrested.
Not hot.
Yeah, not hot.
Jojo, sing
Yes.
karaoke, yes or no?
Do I?
Yes.
Yes. Should I? No.
Nobody really should.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Johnny B's
Johnny
the only
B,
one.
yeah.
Johnny B can, yeah. Johnny, what is your go-to song?
Pap can.
I know
have
you do that last, but what do you like to sing?
I have a bunch of different ones. I do songs by old dead black people a lot. So
Can I see your old dead black people list, please?
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. So like Otis Redding, Marvin
yeah.
Gaye,
Sure.
but then I also do old rock stuff and country stuff, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
I
you
do
can really sing, that's why.
Radiohead. I do that one.
Creep.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a crowd pleaser. Yeah,
Johnny B
so-
and I discussed doing a duet
Really?
karaoke.
Oh,
on
There
the,
is karaoke on the
cruise.
on the high seas.
Like
Oh
that.
yeah. It's our job, Joe, to hold court in the karaoke bar.
That's right, and I
Yes.
do believe we should bring a tiny gong, so anyone that's no good
Yes.
has to get off.
Or
the
an
stage.
air horn.
Yeah,
That's
Probably
fine.
work better.
I have never sang karaoke outside of the show. Like I've never gotten on stage in front of people with a
That's
microphone.
because
and saying,
you don't have your wife to bail you out.
this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a
can
hell of a
sing.
singer.
Yeah,
Um,
she's amazing.
I don't have a fear of that. I will sing
Yeah.
my little heart. I just never did it. I just never had to do it.
Let's
So
change
maybe
that
I'll do it
this
on the
year.
cruise. What's
yeah,
that?
let's change that this
Yeah,
year.
I don't
want to
care.
hear you sing.
I'm fine.
Jojo, were you on the cruise?
When you sang Sia?
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was.
You
Some
better
things
believe
you'll
it.
never unhear.
It
Yeah.
was magical.
Chandelier.
I'm
If
ready.
you're going to do it, you have to do it like that.
Yeah.
You
Go
have to give
all
it your
in.
all.
Yeah,
All in.
that's it.
All in.
Pick one of the best singers to sing.
The hardest, one of the
and
hardest
not be
songs
able to
sing.
hit the note.
Just
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And then sing it like you're about to receive a Grammy.
100%. Yeah. I did it.
I
tried.
watched The
Nailed it.
Voice last night.
Yeah.
So it's when they go and they have the battle rounds.
Mm.
And when they have the battle rounds, that's it. The person that loses is off the show.
Well, you're off the show unless you get saved by another coach.
There was a lot of saving.
Yeah,
going on
because there's
yesterday.
some that are really good, and the way that they work is the coaches kind of like to want to have a few like this. This is my rock person. This is my pop person. This is my country. You know,
Right.
So if they have somebody that's not like that on their team, they can be like, "Ooh, I'm going to take that person."
So they had a couple of people that I was like they had one white girl going against one black girl, and the black girl sang deep and like soulful, and the white girl sang deep and country kind of, but powerful. And I thought that the white chick was way more powerful and sounded good, and they were all like the black girl. All the judges were like, "You're a little pitchy. It was okay, but it wasn't your best." And blah, blah. And then they picked her, and I felt like Kelsey Ballerini picked her because she just didn't want to pick the country person.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like that too. Like sometimes they feel like they're obligated or they're going to get yelled at if they pick the wrong person. you know,
I
yeah.
felt like she was like, I picked the. I don't want everybody to think I'm just picking the country
Of
people.
course, you picked the white country girl, just like you.
Right.
I was watching on YouTube American Idol just auditions for American Idol, and it's both of them now. Everybody can sing.
Yeah.
Everybody can sing. They don't have any bad
Nope.
contestants on. That used to be the fun of the show, was these delusional people that would go up there. But they had a guy come in, and he was kind of country, folk country stuff, whatever. But he did a Pink Floyd song, but did it. It was
so good.
really good.
Yeah.
And so it used to be, you're terrible, beat it, get out of here, or you're good, you're around. This guy, they go, hey, you're good. Hey, I'm going to make a phone call because the guy that won in 2021, who's a now big country artist, whatever, is at the Grand Ole Opry. You're going, and you're going to perform with him.
Oh, that's so weird.
I mean,
They're just making people.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's all set up and ready to go and stuff. But how cool if you go to audition and then you're on stage at the Grand Ole.
Right.
The kid said, "I've never even been there.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
even been there. Now I'm going on stage to perform with this other guy."
That's pretty wild.
And the other guy seems like he's, I don't know,
Chase Beckham. Yeah.
Chase Beckham. And has a good country name.
Yeah.
And I guess he's fairly popular because he's playing the Grand
Yep,
Ole
pretty
Opry.
Yeah.
handsome. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
But
That
you
was
like him?
one.
You'd like to chase Beckham? Yeah.
I bet it like Beckham.
That was one thing I was not impressed with the Grand Ole Opry. They were like, "This is the Grand Ole Opry," and I went, "Cool."
Well,
I don't know.
we didn't grow
Nashville's
up in that world.
You're not a
No,
country, yeah.
Yeah.
Nashville's great. I love
I
Nashville.
love Nashville.
Yeah, I was supposed to go there when the Lightning played. They
Oh,
did the
yeah.
stadium series. I was so excited for that. And then my brother-in-law got married on that weekend, so we had to cancel that. But I mean, that would have been a fun weekend
Yeah.
in Nashville.
When do the tickets go on sale for Lightning at Raymond James?
I don't know.
Gotta
That's
coming
gonna
up
be great.
soon. Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Lightning
Look, Raymond
won-
James is the home to all the sellouts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Lightning won last night 2-0 over the Flyers. Cooch had a good breakaway goal, and then like the entire game was 1-0, and then they scored an empty netter at the end, whatever. But good for them to get a
Nice.
win. They had a good win over the weekend against Boston. I think it wound up being 6-2. So Lightning are doing getting geared up right at the right
To
time.
lose in the first round of
Oh,
the playoffs.
how dare you!
Boo.
Being honest.
Lindsay Lohan's father, Michael Lohan, has found himself involved in another run-in with the law. On Sunday, March 16th, the 64-year-old was arrested in Palm Beach, Florida at 5:18 p.m. for violating probation. Michael voluntarily self-surrendered yesterday and has a hearing scheduled on my pleadings for release tomorrow, his lawyer said. We are confident Her Honor will give the matter a fair and thoughtful consideration based on the circumstances. We anticipate Mr. Lohan's release.
Now you wonder why those kids are so messed up. Look at this idiot. I mean,
Yeah,
I know this is
he's-
not a big deal, but
But I mean,
all the
how
things
many
he's done
times
before.
around Lindsay?
How
What?
many times has he been arrested?
She did she turn herself
I
around,
mean,
or is she?
more so than
Yeah, I mean,
most
I
do.
think she's probably still a mess.
well.
She's just working again.
Yeah, but she looks
She
better.
looks a lot better.
She
She
doesn't
looks
have-
a lot better.
She
And
doesn't have
she's
Amanda
doing-
Bynes' face.
No.
Aren't they doing the Mean
Third-
Girls? Or
no,
no, yeah.
30.
Freaky Friday.
But
Freaky
they
Friday. Is that what it was?
Freaky
Yeah.
did they
Friday
do
too.
Mean Girls too? Was she in that or no?
She was not in that. They
I-
did she might have had a
I
cameo
think
or
she
something.
just had a
yeah,
cameo
but
in
it's
that.
different girls, but she might have had a cameo. She was so hot in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
old
think
she
she
was.
looks pretty good. She had a baby
Okay.
and she like married somebody that lives over in like Dubai or something. Like I think that's where she lives or
Some
whatever.
guy who rented her for
Whatever.
a week. Yeah.
But she looks, I mean, Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
yeah.
Oof.
Amanda Bynes is bad.
Poor thing.
I know. That's so.
I can't help but watch those videos when she posts them.
Can I tell you that Amanda Bynes and Justin Bieber,
But she was part of that whole Nickelodeon thing, so I
Right.
think she's a mess.
she's probably, but Justin
Yeah.
Bieber, I look at him and I never see, I don't know the kid at all. He may be thrilled to death. I never see happiness in that
No.
kid's face at all. He
Mm.
just looks miserable all the time.
yes.
He's
He's
got a hot
probably
wife,
so
baby.
wrecked from everything that's happened to him.
Yeah, yeah. Is it really worth it? You got to look at it at the end and go, is it really worth it?
No.
There was something about Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber posted on Instagram that he feels like he's been drowning because he was told when he was young not to hate, and it made him feel like he, quote, wasn't allowed to have it. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means at all. By the way, Lindsay Lohan, 17-18, when filming Mean Girls.
It wasn't until the end that she.
yeah. So right on the cusp. Right on the cusp there.
I mean, look, you're be lying if you're going to say she wasn't hot in that movie.
Mhm, mhm.
That's
I
it.
didn't say it. You said it.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan, JoJo told me because my brother Tim and his family are up in New York and they went to the Knicks game last night. She goes, "Did you see Tracy Morgan?" I did not, but Tracy Morgan left last night's Knicks game, which he's always at the Knicks game. Him and what's his name's always there. The
Chris
director.
Rock, Eddie Murphy,
Yeah, no, but the
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. That's yeah. He left the Knicks game in a wheelchair after throwing up and suffering a bloody nose.
You know why? I'm pregnant.
No word on what happened or how he's feeling now, but had to leave in
Did
a
you
wheelchair.
see the pictures?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, I want of him just puking.
Oh my God. Somebody, I mean, it's just full on like, it's disgusting.
Ew.
Poor girl
Oh.
next to him is like trying not to be like grossed out, but is so grossed out.
I'm vomiting.
Yeah,
I can't
everywhere.
do Tracy Morgan, but I just like the way it feels when I do that voice. I'm like pushing air out of my
Like,
mouth. Oh.
sad. I didn't realize he had, I knew about the car accident,
Yes,
but I didn't realize he had like a kidney transplant,
something.
something with his kidneys or
Yeah, I don't
whatever.
know.
But yeah, oof.
Well, the China Club, when the China Club was popular,
Yeah.
I met a guy who used to be the VIP security guy at the China Club. So it'd be all the celebrities. He would take care of them. So I'm talking to him one time. This is 20 years ago. And I said, out of all the celebrities, who's the problem one? And he goes, oh, Tracy Morgan. And I go, Tracy Morgan? And I go, the Brian Fellows from Saturday Night Live? He goes, yeah. And at the time, you didn't really know Tracy was crazy. You just knew him from Saturday Night Live. And he goes, he's the last one to leave. He's the first one to get naked. He's the, and he started telling me all these stories. He goes,
So
he's the guy. And then all these things came out about Tracy Morgan just being funny and crazy. And also last night at the Knicks game, they showed him on TV. Vince McMahon was there.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And they called him Vince McMahon, former wrestling promoter. How sad is that?
Ooh.
Not
Fall from
chairman of the
grace.
WWE, not greatest promoter, former wrestling promoter Vince McMahon. That's pretty sad.
Not anymore.
Mm.
By the
Wah,
way,
wah.
Joe just pulled up the picture of Tracy
Morgan
Morgan
puking?
puking everywhere. It is
I don't know if I can look at it.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you if you
Yeah.
want. If you want to, do you want to see
yeah,
it? or
Yeah,
no?
because I'll put it up on Instagram.
Oh yeah, you might want to vomit. I think, and I've got a pretty strong stomach, but I think if I was sitting next to that and that happened, I think
I'd
might
go
have
right
been
at
sick.
it. I'd
Yeah.
go right at it.
I would have just
I'm a sympathy vomiter
Yeah.
for sure.
The girl's face is priceless.
yeah right
Let me see
like trying to like be very kind about it, but also like
I threw up.
There's some chunks in there.
oh my god.
I think I found my car key. Good grief! I mean, that is projectile.
Yeah.
Because it is really
I mean,
splashing
it's
and
a
everything.
Okay, but at least he went down with it instead of like shooting it out
Yeah, that's
all
true.
over the court.
I mean, you think you made a conscious decision?
No, I don't, but it worked out.
Man, that's a lot of puke.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's up on our Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. It's up in the stories if you want to go check that,
That is
out.
a lot of puke.
Oh, that is gross. That just made me nauseous.
Guitarist Zach Wilde said that all the bands on the bill at the Ozzy Osbourne final concert will be doing Black Sabbath songs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Guns N' Roses, all going to be doing Black Sabbath songs. And I believe Ozzy is supposed to sing with some of them,
Yeah.
and then do some stuff with Sabbath as well. We'll see how much he can do. Obviously, he's like wheelchair.
Right.
I don't know whether he makes it to that concert.
Oh,
or
we're
not,
seeing
but
the end of Ozzy.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But it'll be
And-
interesting because it's the actual 4 original members of Black Sabbath will be up there and performing together, which they haven't done for quite some time. Because
Right.
Bill Ward, the drummer, and Sharon Osbourne, I think they got into it and
Yeah.
and she said, "Listen, all we need is Ozzy."
That's right. That's true.
Jelly Roll was named Country Artist of the Year at the iHeart Music Awards last night. So
Congratulations, Mr. Roll.
yeah, maybe he'll bring the award when he comes down here on May 4th for the Two Bears 5K.
For me to poop on.
Oh. Speaking for me to poop on, Conan O'Brien has already been hired to host the Oscars again next year.
Oh, good.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Conan knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not.
You see, Will Smith's on the comeback.
Is he?
Yes, he's releasing a new album. He's on tour, but only in Europe. And he's made some viral videos that have come out recently. I mean, he's starting to try and make the comeback.
You know who I am impressed by?
Jazzy Jeff.
No.
Jaden Smith.
No.
Oh. Willow Smith.
Yes.
Willow.
Willow Smith is an actual musician.
I'll
Really?
put my hair back in.
Yeah, I know. That's all I know.
So you have
That's the only
that.
thing I know.
Exactly. Whatever. But she was just on with Rick Beato, and she can actually play guitar and bass and stuff.
Oh,
and
really?
she knows what she's doing. Yeah. Like she's been putting in the time.
I don't like a kid who can play bass.
Well, she was. I was impressed by her. I go, oh, she's actually being able to play this stuff instead of just going in the studio and yelling.
Yeah.
I whip my hair back and forth.
Which
Most
is
of
still
the,
pretty catchy.
most of the time, whenever we talk about somebody that we're like, well, what's that guy? What have they been up to? They die the next week.
Right.
Like,
We
don't.
have the curse of the show.
We reversed the curse a little bit.
Okay.
Remember a couple weeks ago we talked about Chris O'Donnell, and we're like, what's Chris
Yeah,
O'Donnell?
whatever happened to that guy, yeah.
Chris O'Donnell will star in ABC's 911 Nashville.
Oh.
Yeah, which will be on for 3 weeks.
But that's another, yeah. Well, no, with his luck, it'll probably be on for 7 years. You
because
know?
he was on
911.
he was on that other one with him and LL Cool J, the NCIS.
Right, forever.
It may still be on.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But he's the kind of guy where, to me, he's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's the character that DiCaprio plays. Like he's just a cowboy in the background. You know what I mean? Like he's just the one guy who we need a dumb white face here.
Yeah, I feel like he could be interchanged with a lot of people. He's not. He's never been like, oh man, Chris O'Donnell was so good in that. Like nobody's. He
Chris
was just
O'Donnell-
a guy that was in a movie.
Chris O'Donnell was on his trajectory was taking him up here. He was
Yes.
doing movies with Al Pacino. He was doing this,
He was
Batman,
Robin,
yeah. And then all of a sudden he just became a working actor in Hollywood.
Right.
Which isn't bad.
No,
Yeah,
I mean I'm sure he has a few
30-year
million,
career of
few-
being, yeah.
few million, a nice house, probably married to a beautiful lady and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just and you see him at a restaurant and you go, oh, Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, who cares?
yeah.
Which is probably how he prefers it.
By the way, speaking of Nashville, do you remember that you and I really started talking?
Yes.
Like I knew JoJo casually, like a little bit, whatever. But then we really started
We
talking.
bonded.
Over Nashville, the show.
Wow. Oh,
Nashville.
the show now.
Yeah.
Keep on Nashville.
Yeah.
So good.
I
You
never
got
watched
you got
it.
me on it too. Galvin.
Yeah, that was a great
It was
show,
a great
right?
show.
I loved that show. It fell off a little bit towards the end, got a little too much, whatever. But for a while, it was really good. Walker Wheeler,
Oh.
or no, that's Walker Wheeler Jr. is the
Wheeler Walker.
yeah Wheeler Walker.
Can I tell you that I mean, I don't want to make you mad, but you get a couple of angry emails a day at people that are upset that you still didn't finish watching Paradise yet.
Are the emails from you?
No, I've only gotten
Alright.
2, but they're from the same person.
I know, but there's so many different things.
So when are you just gonna let me tell you what
What's
happened?
Paradise?
You can tell.
Oh.
You can listen to me. You can tell me off air. I just don't want you to spoil it for the other people.
I'll watch
I
it.
had so much time yesterday, and there was nothing good for me to watch that I watched Unforgiven again.
Paradise is a show on Hulu
Okay.
with Sterling K. Brown and James Marsden.
Oh, I mean, I don't know it, but I've seen.
Right. James Marsden is the president and he gets killed.
Okay.
And Sterling is the Secret Service agent.
I'm in.
And it appears that he is there to figure out what happened to the president and all that. But there's a way bigger picture that,
Okay.
that they
Twist
don't
and
show.
So is it
turns.
the whole season or whatever?
The whole season. You could
Okay.
watch them all.
All right, I'll do it tonight.
Yeah. It's pretty
I'll
interesting.
talk to you about it tomorrow.
Do we know?
Okay.
Is there another season, or is it ended?
It has been approved for another season.
And do you feel like there should be another season, or did they wrap it up in the first season?
Oh, God, I want to tell you something.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. No.
Maybe it'll be a whole new set of problems in the next season.
It could be.
Do you know that I'll just tell you this the big picture,
Mm-hmm.
okay, is breached.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So it's basically then it's whatchamacallit? Zombie show.
no.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, but no.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll work on it. We'll see what happens. We have a couple
2
days.
goddamn episodes.
We have a
you know.
couple days off. I'll try and get to it. How about this? A show that we used to love. The 40th anniversary of Three's Company.
Oh wow.
Come and knock at our door.
Come and knock on our door.
I'll take us to the-
An entertainment publicist posted the never before seen original intro
I
scene.
saw it.
Ooh.
The theme song doesn't have lyrics, and it features other actresses before Joyce DeWitt and Susan Summers were hired.
And Mrs. Roper. There's a different
Different
Mrs. Roper.
Oh,
It's
really?
The only ones that are the same are Jack,
Jack?
whose name isn't Jack
Mm,
in the show, and Mr. Roper.
really?
And the rest of them are all different people.
Wild.
It's crazy. And they don't
Huh.
look, none of them look like they belong
So
there.
were they on the pilot?
No, I don't know. I just saw that intro that you're saying, because you know how they had the intro where they'd be like, come and knock at our
Right.
door, and they'll show one of the people. They did that, and they're like John Ritter as Ralph or whatever. And then
That's
they're
funny.
like, this one is Chrissy, this one is Janet, this one is, and then it said, and featuring Norman Fell as Mr. Roper, and then they showed some other woman as Mrs. Roper. Yeah, it's
Interesting.
weird. At first, I thought it was fake because it was all like completely different people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's fun.
love John Ritter. Love John Ritter.
I don't know what you love. The 2 things in the history of this radio station that I think of a couple of times is Drew saying that Weird Al was one of his heroes, and that you love John Ritter.
John Ritter was so funny. He was.
Wasn't.
His physical comedy
He
was
was-
great.
He was a bad Chevy Chase. He was.
No.
How do we put Chevy Chase's Saturday Night
No.
Live fall down on television?
He was much goofier than Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase was
right, but it was the idea was he was trying to do what Chevy Chase did.
Oh, I love Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Well, I look. I'm not saying you shouldn't like him. It was interesting to me that was a guy that you really liked.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Right at that time. Like I would watch Three's Company. I loved MASH. I loved Benny Hill. Like all that stuff.
I
was
watch
great.
MASH every week.
Yeah.
I watch MASH.
Fantastic.
Today, in fact, I saw on Fox 13 this morning is the anniversary of the day that Henry Blake was killed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Henry Blake.
How about this? Rush drummer Neil Peart, his brother, died from the same form of cancer that killed Neil.
Well,
Oh, wow.
they live too close
Yeah.
to something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they're drinking bad. They're drinking-
Something.
You better get Aaron Brockovich over there.
Yeah.
Just test the water.
Got a lawsuit. Def Leppard has mapped out their summer 2025 North American tour with rotating support from, so you got Def Leppard, Bret Michaels will be on some of the shows,
Okay.
The Struts will be on some of the shows, and Extreme will be on some of the shows.
I like that.
Yeah, they'll be down in Hollywood, Florida on August 29th at the Seminole Hard Rock down there in Hollywood. But it doesn't say which band is opening, which band's playing with them. But all good. Bret Michaels
Yeah.
puts on a great show. The Struts are fantastic, and Extreme are unbelievable.
I would go see a Def Leppard residency in Las Vegas,
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that. I think that would be cool.
They've done it.
Yeah, but I would do that. I would. You're never gonna go wrong seeing Def Leppard. You're gonna get all the hits, 3 love songs,
Because you've
and
had
a one-armed drummer.
residencies, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Scorpions, Foreigner. I mean, all those bands, like any of those, go out there and see them. That would be great.
Who was telling me about somebody doing a residency in Vegas yesterday?
Hmm.
Was it you or was it my wife? Somebody said somebody was doing a residency there in August.
Sammy?
I don't remember what it was,
on the block.
but Motley Crue is there, and they're there the weekend of my birthday, and I thought that'd be fun. That'd be fun. But then I thought, would it?
Well, I can tell you from seeing Motley Crue with John 5 that John 5 is fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
I love Mick
I'm
Mars.
talking about Vince.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Is they came out, they had the whole intro and stuff, and the sign has been showing up in different areas of the city and this and that, and it's the pentagram, the Motley Crue thing, and they have this big intro, and then they go in, they start jamming, and you're like, oh my God, Motley Crue, and then
Out of
so
breath.
bad,
Yeah.
so bad. I just don't get it. But he didn't they? Did they push some dates back?
I don't know.
They did, remember, because Vince Neil had to have some sort of surgery thing.
Mm.
So I don't know whether they pushed the residency back or not, but they moved some dates around and stuff. Anyways, those tickets for Def Leppard pre-sale begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. using the code FUNKY.
Yeah.
General ticket sales start Friday, March 21st at 10 a.m.
You
local
use
time.
the code FATSO.
And then finally in news, 5 years ago, the COVID stay-at-home stuff was just starting up. That was
Wow.
5 years ago.
Good old days.
So Google looked back at some of the top searches from that crazy month of March where we're like, what's going on with all this stuff? Here's some of the different stuff from March 2020 that people were Googling to find out about or learn about. Face masks. Searches were off the
Yeah,
charts.
everybody's
for
trying to find
masks.
face masks. What was it called? The
N92.
the 90. That was what it was. N92.
I think so.
Yeah, you needed that. You wanted that mask.
Yeah, I almost said N4, but isn't that
N4 is our black listener. That is much different. You do not want him on your
put it
mouth.
on your face.
Where you're walking.
N95. Yeah.
You had the 92. You were falling short.
Yeah.
The
It was
N95
five
mask.
years ago. I already forgot.
Yep. And then I was ordering masks online from Buccaneers logos on them and all sorts of stuff.
And remember, it was a big deal. Like, you
Huge.
couldn't come into the store without a mask. And I remember you telling me that you couldn't find your mask and you could only find your daughter's, and you had to squeeze it over your face.
It only covered my nose and mouth. It was like this.
Oh my God, people with underwear on their faces
Yeah.
and ugh.
And then the people who just
Wild.
flat out refused.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I didn't like wearing the mask, and I felt stupid wearing it. But if you walked into a store, everybody'd look at you if you weren't wearing it. So finally, I just gave in and started
Yeah.
wearing them. But I never bought into the whole mask thing.
Oh, I remember buying into the going to the grocery store, and you can only go up this lane and go aisle in this one.
Yep.
And somebody was coming down my aisle, and I just pointed at the arrow, and I
Come
go,
on.
"Come on, what are we doing
Come on
here?"
here.
I mean, I do like that for the flow of traffic. People really need to learn how to walk up and down
Yeah.
aisles at the grocery store.
That's wild.
I'll tell you, that was such a weird time. I had to go to the Super Bowl with a mask on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember Moose actually. Did Moose? No. Moose didn't make that. He made a buff for me. Oh, he made the Led Zeppelin Mike Calta Show buff thing that I had. But then I also ordered a Led Zeppelin mask that I'm sure did nothing. Because it
No.
wasn't an N95. It was just one of the ones, whatever. But you needed it.
Scariest part of the whole COVID thing was being in Italy. And I was in Rome, and I was about to get on a cruise in Rome.
Oh yeah.
And you had to be tested 24 hours before you got on the cruise. So we had to go get tested in Rome.
Yep.
And that was because that wasn't like, oh, just go to the hospital and get tested. We had to go meet on a railroad track behind a warehouse, and there was a tent set up out there, and it was pretty brutal. There was a lot of weird people. Ubers weren't coming. That was one of the scariest overseas moments I ever had.
So the weird thing is we had to do remotely. So we had the stuff set up, and then you wound up setting up over here, and then we had to be tested every week through the company.
Because you went in the station.
Because I was going into the station.
Oh,
I was running the board and
board.
doing this stuff. So the entire time that we were getting tested and that everyone was losing their minds and doing this stuff, entire time, I never got COVID.
And I had it like 4
I
times.
never did
Still
either.
to this day, never had COVID.
Oh, I don't think I ever had it.
Yeah. But I mean, I know for sure because I
Oh,
was
you were
actually
getting
tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have had like, I don't know, a cold, but I never.
Yeah.
I had the first time I
Thankfully.
had it, I had a headache, and the vaccine wiped me out more than the cold itself did.
Yeah.
And then I got it again later on after the vaccine. So who knew what to believe?
I don't know. I think my mother had it before.
So I think Juliana had it
because
before.
she was like a week and a half. She was
Yes.
out, and she slept like all day. I'd never seen her like that. And then it had come out about all of this. So I think she had gotten it before, but none of us got it from
Right.
her, and everybody just kind of.
We took Juliana to the doctor, and the doctor said she has a virus. It's not a flu. It's something else we didn't know. It didn't have a name yet.
Yeah.
And she was wiped out. We were getting really worried about her because she was young.
Yeah.
And that was weird. And we talked about yesterday how Juliana went to school in the hallway. We bought her a desk and a computer, and she had to sit in the hallway so that Amanda could keep an ear on them while she was at school.
Yeah.
And Joey just skipped everything and slept.
Also, there's always all kind of weird things because I mean that's how Gene Hackman's wife died, was from some virus that was from rodent droppings.
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? So it's like you never know what the hell's going on. Some of the other stuff that people were Googling during COVID and stuff, everyone was learning how to make sourdough bread.
Yep.
Remember that was a big thing.
that was a thing.
Searches for sourdough bread hit an all-time high in 2020, jumping 150% between March and April. Doubletree cookie was also a top search after Hilton shared the recipe on there. Virtual museum tours. Did you do any of that with your kids?
We didn't do virtual museum tours, but I'm sure we did a lot more. I'm sure we did a lot of virtual, like looking around stuff online that we've done before.
That was one of the big things the parents did. They were struggling with their kids being home all the time. So they're like, here, learn something. Here's a virtual museum tour. Everybody binge watched Tiger King.
Yep.
Tiger King became huge because of that.
So Tony was saying yesterday that during COVID, he watched Ted Lasso. He's like, yeah, we really got into it big during Ted Lasso. And Amanda said Tiger King was in the South version of that.
Yeah, well, March 20th is when Tiger King was released on Netflix. So then COVID and everybody was home and stuff. Just like how it was perfect, Making a Murderer was the Christmas break. And that was the huge one before.
Right.
So everybody binge watched that and then binge watched Tiger King, which if you remember, I was talking about Tiger King about him before that happened because I was listening to a podcast.
Yeah, it would make it in news and stuff.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast and I go, there's a tie-in with Big Cat Rescue and this guy and all this stuff, whatever. And then Tiger King came out and just absolutely blew up. Yeah. Virtual workouts got big.
Yep.
All the gyms were closed and if people wanted to exercise and stuff, there was a lot of virtual stuff that they were going online for.
And equipment was expensive. People were selling their gym equipment for ridiculous amounts of money.
Oh, yeah. People were trying to buy dumbbells and stuff, and that was super expensive. And then Peloton, that was a big deal. Everybody got to do that. DIY searches were trending. We had more time on our hands, so everybody thought they could fix stuff on their own.
Now everybody is a home interior designer and builder and crafter. And
listen, you can find a lot of stuff online.
It's crazy.
If you have the time to do it and you want to try and figure something out, or just little things, easy stuff, whatever. But I got to tell you, if you're posting something online, if you know how to change your oil or you know how to fix a garbage disposal, just do it.
Just
it
should
under 2 minutes. Your video should be under 2 minutes. We don't need to hear.
When I was in Kentucky.
Yeah, you were born to parents.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. If I click on it, it's like 28 minutes. I'm like, I can't.
Oh God, no.
No, yeah. You just have.
You're right. 3 minutes. And I'm like, that's too long.
Easy.
I just need to know what I need to look for.
Yeah. Loungewear became a top trending search. If we were stuck at home, we wanted to be comfortable, so everybody was ordering some fancy loungewear. Did you get a new robe?
You see all these things that are what made this the best time of my life. I got to wear loungewear.
Yes.
I got to do nothing but hang out on the computer, eat sourdough bread, and make cookies.
Didn't have to leave your house.
Didn't have to leave my house for anything. I mean, this was the dream.
I had
Pool,
a
I could go in
baby.
the pool.
I couldn't imagine of having a kid that was in school.
You had a baby.
I had a baby
during COVID.
Yeah.
What was the hospital like?
Oh, no. Well, I had it right before.
Oh, right before.
So
you
she
had
was like 6 months or whatever. So it was great because I just didn't have to worry about doing anything. We went for walks. I literally would get up in the morning, go for a walk, go to my parents because it was just then the four of us.
Yeah.
We'd be in the pool, drinking, eating until about 8 o'clock at night. I'd go home and I'd come back and rinse, wash, and repeat or whatever it is and for 2 weeks or whatever.
It was great, wasn't it?
It was great.
Nobody was doing anything around here. Amanda could do all her clients on telehealth. And the kids Joey slept all day and Juliana was in the hallway doing class with her stupid kids that she was in line with. I
You
just hear
couldn't
kids
do
going,
anything.
I have a cat. The clouds outside are moving. That's all you'd hear on the
I
on the
couldn't imagine
poor
having
teachers.
a kid in school.
My
I
son
would've
got
died.
screwed out of his graduation.
Oh,
Yeah,
We had to
so-
do the
Those things
graduation in the
sucked,
parking
yeah.
lot.
That's
Yeah,
Joey too.
those
Joey
things
graduated
suck.
8th grade.
Yeah.
I know yours is much worse for high school, but
Yeah.
they were doing drive-through graduations.
And he got screwed out of his senior trip. They were supposed to go to Italy.
Oh,
Did you go
to
prom?
No,
Or did they not have a
no
prom?
nothing.
Yeah,
That's rough.
that made me sad for kids that like didn't get to do all the things
Yeah.
that.
Imagine you were my whole 4 years was about becoming an athlete and going to
Yeah.
college and all that, and your whole senior year or junior year got blown out.
That's it.
That's terrible.
A ton of people bought standing desks.
Yeah.
It turns out they might not be that good for you. A study last fall found out you don't lower your risk of heart disease, and you might up your risk for blood flow issues and varicose veins because you're standing the whole time.
I don't know. My cousin Sal stands all the time, and he's in the best shape ever.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person.
We always I go, cousin Sal, how do you look so young? And he's like, I don't know, I don't do anything. And then he's standing, and I go, do you want a chair? We have plenty of chairs. He goes, no, I'm good. And my brother goes, that's why he looks so good,
Yeah.
because he's always standing.
Stand.
Remember searching for hand sanitizer?
Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody was losing their mind.
Making their own.
I remember I found a place that had it, and you could only buy like 3 bottles at a time. And I'm like, I got it. And it's still in my house. Yeah.
We have-
I have a drawer full of
Yeah.
it.
We have so many Clorox wipes.
Oh, yeah.
We have Clorox wipes. We have hand sanitizer. I have MREs. I'm ready for everything.
Remember, everybody was spraying down, like if they got Uber Eats or
Oh, my
something, they'd
God.
spray down the box
Yep.
and all that different stuff. Although, the one really good thing that came out of COVID was that they tape your order
Yes.
so that you know that the people weren't in there
Tampering.
fingering your food and doing all this stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember I ordered some glasses off one of the websites, and I did it like 2 months
Glasses like eyewear or glasses like drinking glasses?
like eyewear.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple websites I use, really cheap and good glasses. The first time I ordered, though, the box came like 1 week into the lockdown for COVID, and the address that it came from, Wuhan,
Oh,
China.
you got Wuhan glasses.
So I left it in my garage for like 2 weeks. I told my wife, I said, so I go like spray it with something or laser gun or whatever I need to do to kill whatever might be on it.
Johnny's dressed like Hurt Locker out there trying to.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's funny.
she's a nurse, so she was like, "No, go open the box, you goddamn nerd." That's what she said to me. So yeah, but yeah, just seeing that address, I was like, "What's going on?"
I'll tell you, one of the benefits for me was restaurants like Eddie V's started delivering.
Yeah.
And they would use their waiters and waitresses to deliver their food so that you didn't
Tip 'em and do stuff.
So you tip them.
I remember you did the bartending thing where we set up the not like GoFundMe, but you could
virtual tipping
Oh,
for the
yeah,
bartender.
virtual tipping.
Yeah,
we
that was
picked
great.
we picked a bartender a day, and you can tip them because if you think about it, we have such a vast audience. If everybody tipped her $1,
service
should make
industry.
$500 a day. You know,
Yeah.
so we picked a different one. It's so funny because I asked for bartenders to send me a couple of pictures so we could put it up on social media, and then I picked them as they came in. And the first 10 were just like smoking hot girls. They were, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm trying to wait for a guy to get in the mix, you know." And then the guy comes in, he's ripped abs and all that, you know. So yeah, they're all. I mean,
That helped.
Yeah, it definitely helped.
The top 5 at-home searches in 2020 were COVID tests at home.
Mhm.
Everyone was trying to get those.
Yeah.
Workouts at home, jobs at home, fun things at home, and Harry Potter at home. It featured Harry Potter. It was a feature on HarryPotter.com, launched in April to help parents out and teachers and stuff.
Oh.
HarryPotter.com.
Wasn't the Popeyes chicken sandwich? Didn't that take off during COVID? Wasn't that when all the?
I don't know because I was coming home from a Lightning game
Yeah, I think
when
that
I
was-
tried that, but it
it
might
was
have been wearing a
that
mask.
same year, probably.
Okay.
Same year,
I
but I don't
feel
know whether.
like that was a whole thing around that time.
I remember that was
remember.
such a big deal, and I go, how didn't anybody think of having a chicken sandwich at a chicken place before? Like,
Yeah.
is that a wild concept? You know what I mean?
feel like I went and like got them. I went through the drive-through or whatever and got them for one of the days that we were. So it might have been like right before that or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
it may
yeah.
have been like, yeah.
Before.
I tried two
I got it
things.
right here. It's August of 2019 was when they introduced
So
it.
right
That's
before.
what-
Oh,
so
before.
before. Okay.
I tried driving home from the Lightning game. We passed Popeye's chicken, and the line was only like 4 cars deep, which the lines were down the block. So I'm like, all right, let me try it. So we got on and I tried it and I live streamed it. My chicken sandwich was good.
Really good.
It was like, I was very impressed with it. Whereas when I went and tried the McRib for the first time, it tastes like eating a baby foot. I did not like that at all. But that Popeye's chicken sandwich, you were like, what could be better than? And you taste it and you're like, oh yeah, no, it's really good. It was
People
really
were
good.
fighting each other for that sandwich.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would have punched a lady for it.
I will tell you right now, I'll karate kick you in the face for the dirty rice from Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
Church's Chicken, the dirty rice is
They
unbelievable.
even have that over here?
Yeah.
Churches?
Yeah, they have one over on Waters down a ways.
Yeah, they're always in questionable neighborhoods. Mike,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. And you're not sure if they're open.
No.
And you go in and they're like, what? And I'm like, I just wanted some food.
That's so real.
Yeah.
You walk in, they're like, what do you want?
Yeah.
My mom just texted me. I forgot my brother because he lives in LA.
Yeah.
We had it pretty good. My brother, because they shut everything down.
Yeah.
He came here. He was working for Ocean Prime at the time and came here
Oh.
and was able to work here for like the whole month of December of that following.
Because you couldn't work out
'cause
there.
he couldn't
Yeah.
work out there.
Yeah,
Bring
that's
home some
crazy.
fixins for you.
He sure did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. He was here for like 6 or 8 weeks or something.
Yeah.
during all that.
I remember David Spade talking about that because he was out in LA and he in his stand up he was saying he goes and then the governor comes on and he's like we're gonna open rock quarries and we're gonna open it. He's like rock quarries. He goes open restaurants. What are you doing? He goes I just want some food.
But think about it, a rock quarry.
Yeah.
You're sitting there in a truck crushing a rock by yourself. Like all the things that should have been open should have been open.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin, thank you. Boy,
Yeah.
I missed the old COVID days.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget all those people dying. That we can do without. But just that whole I got no rush to go anywhere thing was fantastic.
You couldn't. Well, I knew when they canceled that. It was the first NBA game they canceled.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is for real.
They canceled March Madness.
Yeah, the
Or
whole
yes,
Final Four.
yes, that was
Billions
it.
of dollars.
I said, if they're
But-
doing that, then this must be something that's
So they canceled March Madness, but they canceled the NBA game during the game.
yes.
They made an
I was
announcement, and
like,
people
what-
were like, "What is
that's
going
what
on?"
freaked
And they're
me
like,
out a little
"Beat
bit.
it, get out of
Yeah.
here." Yeah,
Do you remember I was scheduled to go on a cruise,
yeah,
and it was Swig. Swig is like, you cannot go on that cruise.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going. I have one mask. I'm bringing it with me, and we're fine. I'm going. I'm like, you're not stopping. I guess what's the worst that could happen? That they extended another 2 weeks. We're at sea. I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we didn't go on that
Locked
cruise.
in your room for 2 weeks.
We did go on a cruise later, not that year, but a following year when things were kind of relaxed a little bit, but they were still testing you. And as a family, we had to decide because my family was going and my brother's family was going, that if we got to the port and tested and somebody tested positive, that the other family was still going to go. Like you had to decide beforehand. We're not going to.
Oh,
we're not.
okay.
Yeah. Like
Were you
if
going to leave them behind?
Yeah, like can't like if it's one person and they can drive back, that's fine. Like if it was me, I'd be like, you guys go. But if it was one of the kids or something and we all had to leave, we all had to leave.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's nice.
Would
Yeah.
you all have left, or one
No.
of you decided?
No, like if it was me that got
No.
yeah.
If say it was Joey, and would you or Amanda have taken him home?
We
and
all
then
would have
went-
left.
Oh yeah,
Then we wouldn't have, Amanda wouldn't have gone without me, without traveling without me.
What if she said, "You go, take Juliana," and
I'd
you
be
go?
like, okay.
"Yeah, exactly."
I go, well, okay.
I guess so. I mean, if that's
If
what you
you
want.
insist.
But who am I to say no to your wishes?
Yeah.
It makes me more and more excited for this year's cruise, that we're talking cruises and vacations, and the fact that I'm not. Normally we go away every spring break, but we didn't go away this year. But we are going away in April, and I'm so looking forward to it.
You know what? I've been getting questioned a lot about the cruise. Will I be spray tanning before? And
Oh
that-
yeah,
that
Golden Galvin.
Ooh.
That is a
You did look
100%.
fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you always
They-
feel better with a little glow.
I might
Oh.
try to outdo you.
They did a good job. Like, because I talked to the lady and I go, look at me. I'm Irish. I'm very white. I go, should I go light or should I go medium? And she goes, I think you could do medium. I think you'd be fine. Listen, if you didn't know me and you saw me, you'd be like, this guy's a golden god.
Yeah.
But knowing me, you're like, what? What is going on? But it looked good.
I might go in there and go, give me some sub-Saharan African.
Yeah.
Turn me on.
Yeah.
Get me going. And then
So easy, too.
I'll
was
extra
so
whiten
easy.
my teeth and dye my beard.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna look like I belong on the seas.
Does a person spray you, or do you just go in front of the
I will
thing?
never have a person spray my fat body.
Yeah.
I don't
You
want
should.
them to
They
tell
get
me.
all the crevices.
I don't want
and
them
it
to
looks
tell me to have to
totally-
lift anything so that they can get in there with their little gun.
I did it, and you just stand in front of the thing, and it tells you to
Yeah.
turn and do stuff, and it was totally fine.
Turn around, face the wall,
Yeah.
boop, put your hands down at your side. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna try. If depending on the weather, I mean it's still 50 degrees right now, but if it turns out where we get some beach, I might put in some beach days before the cruise.
Yeah. Well, I think I did like a day or two before
Yeah.
the cruise, so that it was nice and fresh and ready to go. Are we doing cruise wear for the cruise as far as like the first party or?
I mean, I think that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, then I have to buy something fancy.
Listen, Amazon's the
No,
spot.
I know. So my son.
That is his fancy.
Well, and when my son went on a cruise with his graduating class, like not the whole class, but like certain
Yeah,
members.
you went. Like
I went
yeah,
because so what happened
I remember
was that the kids couldn't go because they were 17. Some of them were 18,
Yeah.
but everybody that it was in the room had to have at least one 18-year-old. So we all had to go and put kids in different rooms and stuff. So the fathers and sons had a father-son dress up night
Love
where we
it.
wore the suits. Oh, they were just
so fun.
atrocious.
Yeah, that's the best.
Amanda said, "Do we want to keep this?" I go, "No, we don't want to keep that. I'm never wearing that again." Matching blue camouflage top and bottom
Yeah.
and a safari hat. No, but I think we should definitely do something fancy for the cruise.
It'll be
All
fun.
right, I'm in for that. All right, we got to take a break. Bert Kreischer is going to join us at 8:40 this morning. Don't forget Friday. Our band Pitbull Toddler is playing at the Daiquiri Shack in Madeira Beach. That is happening this Friday at about between 9 and 10 p.m. We'll go on stage. Melt some faces. Hope to see everybody out there. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. If you'd like to reach us, it's 1025 The Bone. What is the thing that will save the Rays?
Moving them over to the fairgrounds and having a different owner.
I agree with half of that.
Half of it. Which half?
The having a different owner. I think the key is definitely going to be to change ownership hands. I think it's in the hands of a guy who doesn't care about the team, doesn't care about the people, and it needs to be in the hands of somebody like the Glazers or the Vinicks or the Steinbrenners of the world that actually care about the team that they're owning and putting on the field and representing them and the area in which that team is playing. And I believe that those ownership groups have done that tenfold. And I think that the Buccaneers, the way they've operated under Jason Light, keeping that team together and keeping, obviously with Tom Brady, getting Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl, and then bringing Baker Mayfield in here and building and keeping that team together to make sure that we have more successful years in the future. It shows that they really care, and it makes the fans really care about it. The Vinnick management group and the ownership group have made the whole south end of Tampa come alive in that whole Channel Side area. It's not just the Lightning who've played at a high level for so long, but it's the way that you get treated when you're down there. It's the way that they consider their fans and everything that they do. The fact that we have watch parties that are almost as big as the game itself outside during the playoffs is amazing. The Channel Side groups that get together, it's awesome. Then you have the New York Yankees, who are just part-timers here, who absolutely own that whole area in Midtown during spring training. And whether it be New Yorkers coming down here on vacation or former New Yorkers that were here or just people who like to see the Yankees play baseball and the history that goes with that team, it's great. But that also is an organization that from the start cares about their fans. I mean, George Steinbrenner told me he would, go through the bleachers section and look at their concessions and make sure their concessions were top notch and that they were taken care of because those were the most diehard fans.
Sure, yeah.
The ones who sat in the bleachers.
But you say you agree with half of that. They have to put the team somewhere.
Yeah, I
'Cause they
don't.
can't put-
I don't know that I think that the fairgrounds is the best area of Galvin. It makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels. You have the area, you have the
I-4, you have the Hard Rock,
you have the casino,
you have the amphitheater.
and I think that the I-4 corridor is the key. Although, really, how many people are we attracting from Orlando? I mean, maybe you're getting Lakeland and Plant City and those sort of areas, Brandon for sure, but I don't know how many people. I don't know what that does to traffic. I think it could be better. I think it could be even more convenient than that. I think it could be downtown. Out by the docks down there. It could be somewhere near Amalie Arena in that sort of area between that and Ybor City. I think it could be huge. But what I want to know is from listeners, from you, Rays fans, what makes you go to see a fake baseball game with the Savannah Bananas? 65,000 people go.
Wild.
Not only that, JoJo, but the amount of people that didn't go because they couldn't get tickets.
Right.
Well, but that's it's entertainment. It's entertainment.
Baseball's entertainment.
But baseball's not as entertaining as the Savannah Bananas.
But there should be
to regular people. There's a lot of people that love baseball. They love the minutia of it. They love that thing. Those are real baseball fans. There's other people that want to be entertained,
right?
And that's an entertaining thing that's happening. There's not.
But the correlation between the two, the fact that you have 65,000 people at Raymond James Stadium to see that, and that 11,000 people, the capacity in which Simon Burnett Field holds for opening day, and opening day is not sold out yet.
But
opening day for the Rays professional baseball home opener game.
How many people do you think went and saw the Savannah Bananas at Raymond James Stadium that have seen the Rays more than 3 times in a year?
I don't know.
I would say it's not a lot.
Not a lot.
It's not like.
But why? Because
it's a different thing. It's 2 different things. It's both baseball, but it's very different. It's a lot like Harlem Globetrotters. I would imagine most of the people going to see Harlem Globetrotters couldn't name more than 3 NBA players. You know what I mean? Or they're probably not going to very many games. But the Harlem Globetrotters, you're taking your kids. It's entertaining. It's a whole thing. Whatever.
A novelty.
Yeah.
My daughter came home from the Savannah Bananas and asked me if I would take her to a regular baseball game
and watch the disappointment on her face.
I was just gonna say, and see what happens when you
but
get
it created an interest.
Sure,
it would think that it would behoove the Rays to have partnered with the Savannah Bananas in some sort of deal.
So what would make baseball, just in general, because I love going to games. I won't sit and put on a baseball game to watch. I'll fall asleep in 4 minutes. But to go to a game,
because you like being outside. You like eating the food, the ambiance.
It's the whole whole ordeal.
Like Tropicana had all. The only thing that I didn't love about Tropicana, I mean, it was old, right? The stadium was old, or the whatever. But I don't understand why on the screens they never showed the plays. They showed the stats. So I never, if you're not sitting, I had no idea what was even happening, because if you're not right there, you don't know where the ball is. I'd have to watch the fans to see where the ball was going. It was always so weird to me that they wouldn't show. So I don't know, like the technical side of it. They didn't even do that. It would just be the stats.
Well, that's interesting. I haven't been to a game in so long. I don't know.
But I enjoy going to games. I don't know why it would matter where it was, because it's baseball. So you have to love baseball.
I think that it does matter where it is. If you're going to 1 or 2 games a season, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if you're trying to go to, get season tickets, or you're trying to go to, we're going to go to 20 games this year, it matters. And I'm not mad at Tropicana Field. I thought for as long as it was there and what they did to transform it to be fan friendly was great. Yeah. I like Tropicana Field, and anybody that's ever sat at an outdoor stadium in Florida in the summer, I remember being at Joe Robbie Stadium when the Marlins first started, and just boiling in the seats. It was just boiling watching the Marlins play. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things where, like, my Marlins, I wasn't a big Marlins fan, but it's one of those you want to go outside and see a game once or twice, a season.
By the way, as we're talking about this, it is opening day for Major League Baseball. The Dodgers and the Cubs are playing right now in Japan, and it's the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers are
is that what's on TV right now?
That's actually live right now, because they're playing over in Japan.
So opening day is already happening.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy just got belted.
Yeah.
Whoops a daisy.
But
there's a lot of people there.
Baseball, they put the clock on the pitchers now and stuff.
Yeah,
they're trying to do some stuff. They're trying to speed it up, because a lot of people are like, God, it's so long and boring and this, that. I've watched a lot of baseball in the last year because of gambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it a lot more exciting.
Sure.
I can tell you that for sure.
Sure.
I never wanted to watch baseball before, but now, you put a little money on it.
My grandmother loved baseball.
Yeah. My father-in-law is a huge Rays fan, loves the Rays, but he also lives in Homosassa. There's no way. Like, I've gotten him tickets,
something
and he goes to see him, a few times, but that's a 2-hour drive for him,
Yeah.
And if you've ever tried to go just down, like I've gone to Joe's house before, sometime in the afternoon, heading down, on 275, and it's a parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're all Lightning fans, and we go see the Lightning quite a bit, and they make it so easy.
Yeah.
You know, I live 15 minutes from Amalie Arena, and you can get down there so easy. You can get in and out. I mean, that's so perfect.
I think where they build the stadium and they put a stadium, they take all that into consideration. Building it, they bring in roads that'll take you there. Yeah, and that's one of the things that Tropicana Field doesn't have. I remember they built Tropicana Field when they were hoping to get the Giants, I believe, the San Francisco Giants.
Okay.
That was what the team was that was supposed to come here. I even have a Tampa Bay Giants
really?
T-shirt somewhere. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was what the plan was. And that if they had the facility, that they would be awarded a team. So
we were talking a little bit off air yesterday with Ian, and Ian said that Tampa would not support a basketball team. I think they absolutely would.
Yeah,
I think they absolutely would. In fact, I would be willing to trade the Rays to Orlando. We get the Magic, they get the Rays.
Yeah, I think baseball would work in Orlando. I think those people would dig
absolutely,
it. I think,
especially with the tourism.
Yeah,
and all the different nationalities that are over there in Orlando. You're getting Japanese, you're getting Puerto Rican, you're getting all these different Hispanic. Yeah, I mean all these different people that definitely want to see baseball, and you kind of tailor the trip around it. We're going to go to Universal, we're going to go to Disney, we're going to catch a Rays game, we're going to, you know what I mean?
For sure. We went to Disneyland in California when I was a kid, and we went to see the Dodgers and the Yankees play while we were there. We were Yankees fans, obviously, and they were we timed our vacation where they happened to be there, and we'd be able to go to a game.
And I'll tell you, a fun thing to do is to travel to see your team.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. When I went out to Boston, when I went to Vegas to see the Steelers, that was great. It was such a fun time. Yeah, you don't want to go places.
You don't want to go to Philadelphia. You don't want to go to Boston.
I'm not going to Baltimore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's not happening. But yeah.
I don't know. I'm just curious to see what people think, what the number one complaint is, and I'll be honest, or do the people even care anymore? Like, I know there's a handful of you diehard fans out there who are like, think that I'm being the dick, but I'd like to see the team stay here in Tampa. I'd like to move it to Tampa, and I'd like to put it down by the water, and somewhere between Ybor City and Channelside. And I think that would be huge for downtown Tampa. I think that would be accessible for a lot of areas. They may even, start bringing you in on the water. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I think it could really thrive here if done the right way. And that's part of the ownership group. No, I can't say that. I can't talk about that anymore. No. I'm just saying we have a plan, and that plan is to keep the team in the Tampa Bay area.
We should, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We should keep them here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Galvin, you said the fairgrounds and I thought about that too. And I was listening to a podcast the other day, a local podcast, and they were talking.
You could
about
say
that.
Will.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, it was JP Peterson was on with this other guy that does like a Tampa real estate show, and I saw the clip, and they were talking about it. And Florida, like the state of Florida, actually owns all of that fairground property. Yeah, and Ron DeSantis has said he wants to keep, he wants Tampa to keep the team because it's good for the market, and we're one of the biggest growing areas and all that. So it makes sense. And I've thought about it a million times too. You get a Hard Rock sponsorship. You have a walkover from the stadium to the casino. So you could have all of that. You could build a complex around it the way they've done in Atlanta and a lot of places with shops and apartments and all that. But that area there, it's got every interstate, veining into it and everything else. It would be perfect.
But that traffic right now, just the I-4 traffic alone, is insane now. Can you imagine if they're not prepared for it, what that's going to be like if you put a stadium over there?
Raised bullet train. You have to build it.
I mean, look, that might be the answer to some sort of public transportation. But right now, we are looking at that I-4 corridor. I talked to Tony yesterday. He was here for a meeting, and when he left, he had to head to Orlando. And he's like, "I have been in traffic for 2 hours." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What, is something going on?" I go, "Yeah, it's I-4. It's I-4." And then that's how it goes every time.
Yeah, I did a gig in Daytona last Friday night, and it took me 4 hours to get there. And I live in Brandon, so
and Daytona should take you about 2.
Yeah,
a little over 2.
And I'm so dreading going to Orlando tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to see the Magic play, and we're going to leave fairly early afternoon just to be able to get
so
over.
are we, but I still feel like we're going to hit traffic. I feel like we're going to be
sure
stuck
we're
in
going to hit
traffic.
traffic.
break, too,
It's spring break
so.
and everything, but also the game starts at 7, so I want to get over there. I said I'd rather be there early, watching the
Absolutely.
guys shoot around, warming up,
100%.
than running in 15 minutes after tip-off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am going to Universal Studios on Thursday during spring break
So fun.
in Florida. I can't think
Who
of
are
anything
you?
worse.
Good
I don't know.
plan.
I'm an idiot, is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
You should
And
get a scooter.
I have the fast passes, so I think that's going to save me. I think that's what's going to, and everybody's like, yeah, it's stupid. You think you're the only one with a fast pass?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What is the situation there of them selling fast passes? How many do they sell? Do they sell as many people want to buy
No,
them?
they do
sell
shut
them?
it down after a while. That's what I told Amanda. Last week, I said, look at me. Buy those fast passes now. I said, because if we don't have fast passes, I'm telling you now, I'm not going. I don't like to wait in line, and I certainly don't want to wait in line an hour for each ride.
Oh,
There's no
no.
way I'm doing that.
Because that's one of the greatest things. I was just over at the Sound, and we were on the View, which is the side area where it's just up top
Yeah.
there. Whatever. I don't know how many they let in there, but it's never too crowded.
No,
you know what I
it's
mean?
perfect, yeah.
You always have where you can see, and it's good,
Yeah.
and you feel like, okay, this is worth it for sure. And I would do that a million times over anything else.
It's having that. The View is like a little. It's almost like a bar restaurant kind of thing. That is in the back. If you're on the stage, it's in the back right, and it has perfect line of sight to see the show.
Yeah.
How great that is to be able to sit outside, watch the show on a stool,
Oh.
So
and
great.
go inside in the air conditioning for a couple of minutes, get
Have
a
your
Bud Light,
private
go back out.
bathroom,
Oh,
Bar, got little appetizers. They
That's
had
a
tiny
nice-
chicken tacos.
nice
They were
little
delicious.
spot. Yeah.
You know what they had for Foreigner?
Mm-mm.
Chet's Pizza.
Oh,
And the ranch.
Oh.
Yeah, that was something
Corners,
else.
gonna
Oh.
get the corners and everything.
Yeah.
sounds
All right,
so
Bert
good right
Kreischer
now.
is going to join us in about 7 minutes. So let me take a break, get some commercials out of the way, and we'll talk to Bert Kreischer about his new Netflix special, Lucky, which was shot right here in the Tampa Bay area at the Mahaffey Theater last year. It's now available on Netflix. Bert joins us next on 102.5 The Bone. Spotify. By the way, Johnny, will you just let me know when Bert calls?
Yeah, he's on hold.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, I texted you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Last thing, I'm sorry.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Our friend Bert Kreischer. Will you pull it up for me, Johnny? Bert,
Got him.
how are you, buddy?
I'm amazing.
Yeah. Where are you? Are you in Vegas?
No, I'm in LA. I just landed last night. I was in Austin yesterday.
Oh, aren't you doing a residency in Vegas soon?
Yeah, this weekend.
Oh, wow. That I would have loved
Yeah.
I would love to have gone out for that.
Oh, what a buddy. I got tickets to the Sphere.
To the restaurant?
No, the
I don't know where.
Sphere.
Oh, the Sphere. I thought you said that Steer
Yeah.
restaurant. Oh, the Sphere. What are you going to see? The Eagles or the Dead?
the Grateful Dead. I've seen the Eagles. I'm seeing the Dead again. It's so good. It might be the best venue in the world. And I say that because in the Grateful Dead, they show you that you're at Red Rocks. And I've been to Red Rocks. I've played at Red Rocks 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Red Rocks October 11th or 18th. Dude, it's better than real Red Rocks.
Yeah. I went for a UFC fight, and the last time they had the UFC fight there, and when you sit in the seats, every time a guy hits the mat, you feel the shake in your seat. It's fantastic.
Oh, dude, did you see my UFC picture?
No, what did you do?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh,
Which one?
it's
Yeah, the one with him and Taylor Sheridan and all
Oh,
that.
yeah, the Mount Rushmore picture.
dude, Mel Gibson on the plane, right? I'm on the plane, and Mel Gibson's sitting next to me. And Leanne's like, do not mess this up. Do not start talking to him right now and make this whole flight uncomfortable for him. Do not say a word. And I am biting blood out of my tongue not to talk to him. So we land, and the flight attendant walks up to me and goes, I am such a huge fan. And Mel Gibson kind of turns, and she was like, you have no idea. You got me through the pandemic. Me and my boyfriend, all we do is listen to you. You were like our favorite. Do you mind if I get a picture? And I looked at Mel Gibson, and he was like, who are you? I go, and then, of course, I was like, I know Joe Rogan. I was like, I'm a comedian. I'm going to the fights. I go, I'm a comedian. I'm going to the fights. Dana invited us out for the fights. He goes, oh, me too. He was like, maybe I'll see you at the fights tomorrow night. And then we're sitting front row, sitting behind Ari Emanuel, Peter Berg, and Mark Zuckerberg, it's me and Theo, and Mel Gibson walks by me, grabs my leg, and he's like, "What's up, buddy?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, Mel?"
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah,
I did that on a much smaller scale. I was hosting David Wells's golf tournament, and I was sitting next to the actor D.B. Sweeney. You're familiar with him?
Oh yeah, sure.
And he was like, "Hey, D.B. Sweeney." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah 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 blah. And then they were like, "Please welcome your host, Mike Calta." And I got up and I was like, "I got you, DB. I got you." Yeah. So not exactly Mel Gibson, but it worked out. So very excited. As of midnight last night, Bert's new special, Lucky, is available for streaming on Netflix right now. Shot right here in St. Petersburg at the Mahaffey Theater. And Bert, we were talking about this earlier this morning without you being on the radio. We both, Galvin and I, both went to shows. Both thought it was some of your best, funniest stuff.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, it's weird when you make a special. You're confident when you shoot it. You're like, I got it. That was awesome. I did it clean. I love this material. And then, like, it's been a couple months. It's been a few months, and now I'm like, God, I hope people like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope people tune in and like it. I hope everyone enjoys it.
It's been long enough where I can't remember it, but I remember afterwards going backstage and just telling you. I remember thinking, this was really good. This was not it wasn't just funny because you're a funny guy, laughing and all that stuff. It was funny material. It was funny stories. I thought the crowd was way into it. I thought for a taping, I thought it went really, really well. I'm excited to watch it. Like I wasn't even there, available now, streaming on Netflix. Check it out after you get out of work today or whenever you watch it. But I think people will enjoy it. Yeah, watch it at work. Whatever you want.
Turn it on right now, guys. Views are views. Turn it on. Watch it all day.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm really concerned with is that I am really stressed out about this 5K.
Oh, how are we doing with the training?
I mean, I was doing good for a while. I was walking every day for a little while. Even Moose is training. Moose put up a video this morning. He's out walking the pier.
Yeah.
I mean, fat guys are really getting into it for this. But me, I just feel like, I don't know. I'm going to Universal on Thursday, and I feel like that's going to be a good test for my stamina and see how I do.
Do you have a pedometer at all? You're like an Apple Watch or anything?
Yeah. Interesting that you say that, Bert. Apparently, Mike doesn't know how to use it because they were in Disney a couple weeks ago, whatever, and he goes, "I walked 13 miles," and I go, "No, you didn't." He goes, "I did." He goes, "I did. It's on here." And Carmen was the one who figured out he walked 13 kilometers, which is about 6 miles. A little over 6 miles. So that's still good.
Yeah. That's 12,000 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
walked 13 miles. I inspected Disney World. I inspected every.
I felt like I worked 20. It felt like I ran 23 miles. I'm worried about this because I don't think I could run it, but I definitely can't run it. But I thought about doing the jog walk and I don't know what is Jelly Roll doing.
He's getting in really good shape. When I walked with him the last time we went for a walk, we did a 2-mile walk, and he jogged portions of it. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I did not expect that. And by the way, was not winded at all at 2 miles.
Really?
Not winded at all. No.
I'm winded at 12 steps.
Tom is nervous. He called me and he was like, I haven't been running. I'm going to run real slow. And I was like, and he goes, and I can't do this double thing that you're doing where you go run with the fans and then run again with Cowhead and Jelly. I'm just doing one time, okay? I was like, he's a real fun partner to have.
I was gonna say, I feel like this is where. How close are we to announcing a divorce?
No, Tommy and I are never gonna get divorced. We're ride or dies. We'll murder each other first.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, I'm OJ in that
one. Speaking of marriages, my wife, who is not going to run but wants to come and hang out, would like to know if Christina P is going to be there.
Oh, I 100% doubt it.
Oh, really? Not even going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No. Push is like when we do like events in Austin. She dips in for honestly, 20 minutes, and then is like, I'm out. Push is her own person. She does not, I don't think she cares about the crowds and cares about the fans. And she cares about the fans, but she just doesn't She has no interest. Leanne's there until 2 a.m. until they close the bar. And Push is like, it was so great seeing you guys. I have a facial at 8 a.m.
So I got the whole, my kids want to run it. Everybody wants to run. Everybody's asking me what time to run. And I said, Bert said, just sign up and whatever. We'll all be there at the same time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Everyone else that signs up, I would pick a time. I think if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 different heats, and in those heats they go off at 15-minute increments. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I'm gonna run it 3 times. I'm gonna run a total of 9 miles.
Wow. So
I'm gonna do the very, very first heat, and then I'm gonna do the middle heat, and then I'm gonna do the one with you and Jelly and everyone.
Yeah, I bet while you're running, I'm still gonna, I don't know, like you're gonna lap me.
It's not like you're gonna be all hanging out. It's gonna be paced out where it's gonna be different times, different people, and if people are walking, people are running, but everybody gets together at the end.
I'm making.
And you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked how into it you get. And by the way, I always say this: is adrenaline gets you the first mile easy,
right?
And you won't even notice the first mile.
First mile,
unless it's uphill. You'll really notice it.
Now, what is it? What is the course? Are we going in a circle? Or are we going around? Like where? I know we couldn't say last time. What can we say now?
Yeah, we're running in Raymond James
in the stadium. So just laps around the stadium, or laps within the field.
I think I haven't seen how they tracked it out, but I'm imagining 1 lap around the stadium is probably a little over a quarter of a mile inside the stadium. So I bet they have us running through different portions. Probably, I hope not too many uphills, but I hope no stairs. But I did this at Dodger Stadium, and Dodgers stairs.
I'm not going up any stairs.
Dude, you've been to Raymond James. You've gone to a game. It's just like when you go to Disney, Cal. It's 13 miles.
I didn't know it was through the state. I thought it was like you just keep running around in a big circle.
Yeah, I have to imagine it's on the property, and then you either start and end in the stadium, because I would imagine you're running around and doing that, and then you come back in the stadium. I don't think you're doing stairs.
I'm not going upstairs.
I don't think we're doing stairs. I don't think we're doing stairs.
He has no idea.
It's around the property. I haven't seen the map. I have no idea what the map is. I just see you panic. We're running to the pirate ship, and then all the way up to the press boxes, and then all the way down
up the scoreboard,
going up to the lights,
the big public sign, the whole deal. Yeah.
No, it's going to be around the property, I'm sure, and it'll start and end in the stadium.
All right. Listen, I'm going to give you my guarantee that I will be there and I will be excited about it. We'll see how far. I don't know about running. I don't know what's going on there.
I'll power walk with you.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't even have a lot of power on my walk. I am making Team Calta shirts for the event, so at least my listeners will be well represented at that thing. But
what you should do is get one of those flags that Asian people travel with.
Just everybody follow my group around the whole thing.
Yeah.
You just have the flag, and you're the pace group for your guys.
There's no way Jelly Roll's running up stairs and hills.
No, there's no way there's stairs.
Yeah.
I really don't know how they're doing it, but they'll pace it out, and because it's got to be out and back, because they can't have us running in circles, because we'll all be running in circles at the same time. We're going to be like rats.
We're going to drill a big hole into the ground. Yeah, that's probably all right, we'll figure it out. That's not until May, but in the meantime, Bert's new special shot right here in St. Petersburg at the Mahaffey Theater. Lucky is on Netflix now. Why did you pick Lucky? Just because you feel lucky, or was there something else behind it?
I've been having this. For me, it's always something I say a lot, and something that, like, Secret Time was like the easiest title, because I always say Secret Time whenever I tell a secret about someone. I always go, hey, Secret Time, and everyone's like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this running bit where I was like, you can be as talented and as hardworking as you want, but if you don't have a little bit of luck on your side, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like, I know so many guys, and you do too, in this profession, that are talented and work hard, but just have not caught a break. And I And I was like, and I just wanted to like, and they wanted me to come out, yesterday or today. It's right around St. Patty's Day. And I was like, I just want to call it lucky. I was like, it's positive, it's good feeling, it's one word. I think there's good branding around it, and I had that story about I find lost things.
Yeah,
And I was like, I think that's the tentpole story. I could call it Dead Dog, but I didn't think that would be
good. Nope, I think you made the right choice.
I would have liked to have called it Oven Mitts. The Shaq watched the special and called me, and he goes, "Yo, is Oven Mitts true?" I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Oh my god." He goes, "Hey guy," he goes, "Tell it to me again."
Bert, who's the person you're friends with that you're most surprised that you're friends with now?
Shaq.
Shaq, yeah.
Shaq, without a doubt. It's Shaq, yeah. Oh, it's Shaq.
Shaq just seems. I always talk about Shaq. Shaq just seems like he's a great guy. Like you see all the good things that he does, and he just seems like he's a night. Like of all guys you want to be rich, it's him.
Oh, Shaq is without a doubt the funniest. Just like he called the other day. He's like, they didn't have a guest for their podcast. He's like, "Can you use Zoom?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." And we're doing a movie together, and it's the funniest movie pitch you've ever heard in your life, and it's going to be hysterical. And Shaq's just like such a bully. He goes, "Let's call Ted, get $7 million from him, start making this movie. We got to make it in October." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Shaq, that's not how movies work."
right.
But it does for him, man. He is the funnest guy.
What's the
I told you I called him one time on stage, and he was taking a dump, and he answered, and I was on FaceTime, and I put him. He was on the big screen taking a dump. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom. What do you need?" I was like, "I'm in front of 19,000 people," and he was like, "Yo, what's up, world?"
I talked to Baker Mayfield the other day, and I reminded him about the time we called him from stage at Ruth Eckerd, and I think he's in for the 5K.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's going to be a switch out. I'm sure I'm going to some celebrity golf tournament now to go promote him and his wife's function. But no, I hope Chris Godwin's in too, man. We just re-signed him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we got the whole team back. So yeah. We should reach out to a couple people before. I mean, I'm sure Allstott would do it. You get the old guys, the new guys. I think we'd have a fun time.
Hey, Wade Boggs is cancer free. Everybody, let's get Wade Boggs out there.
I know it. How great is that? I was saying the other day. I go, two great things that happened the other day. Wade Boggs texted me to let me know he was cancer free, and I was so happy. And then I turned to my wife and I said, "Can you believe Wade Boggs texted me? That's the best. Yeah. That's still the coolest.
Right?
It's still so awesome." All right, listen.
Without a doubt, the coolest.
Yes, he's
okay.
He's
everyone,
go ahead.
Go get on your phone right now, tap Netflix and tap Lucky, and just start it. So it says continue watching.
Yep.
But I hope everyone enjoys it. It's like you said, I think it's my best one yet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's really funny, Bert. You know me. I tell you when it's not. I think it's really some of your funniest stuff, some of your best storytelling, and we're happy that it was shot here. And I know everybody will check it out today. Lucky on Netflix. Where are you headed now? You're going to Vegas next. Good. Have a great residency there. Enjoy the Grateful Dead, and we'll see you in May.
All right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in May.
See you, Bert. There you go. Bert Kreischer, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice. So I'm looking, and this is not the Two Bears 5K, but this is previous 5Ks at Raymond James Stadium.
Right.
And I'm looking at it.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
It's going to be the property around the parking lot where the Yankees play, and that whole area, like stretch out and then ending back at Steinbrenner Field.
At Raymond
James Stadium.
So yeah, I'm assuming it's going to end there because they're going to have stuff all set up and stuff. So I don't know whether it starts there, but it looks like it's going to run and it's going to go across the street into that park area there where Al Lopez,
yeah, okay,
and go down there and then come down Himes. So they'll have that shut down in the back, whatever, and then Tampa Bay Boulevard into Raymond James Stadium and do that way.
Okay.
So like Dale Mabry, obviously they're not closing down or doing anything, but they'll probably close out that back street back there and do a little bit. So mostly will be on property, like the park and the Raymond James, but
Right.
then also a little bit of Himes and the Tampa Bay Boulevard that goes right by there.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to absolutely commit to this. This is not an optimistic liar. This is me on my word. I will be there. I will be walking it. I'm not going to say I won't mix in a little light jog at some point,
Yeah, if you feel
but I
it.
will walk it 100%, and will not back out, and we'll be there to do it for sure. So all you dumb fatzos out there that are like, I don't know if I could do it, join the dumb fatso group and walk with me, and we will all go together at the. I don't care if we're the last people to walk back over the finish line. I'm in.
And if you want a little motivation for your training, you can go to 2bears5k.com, or you can just go to Spotify and put in 2B5K, and it has Bert's playlist on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I prefer the Galvin It's a Vibe playlist.
I don't think you want that. That's going to make you go a little too slow. You're just going to be kind of moseying along.
Yeah.
You want something a little more upbeat.
Wouldn't it be funny if you're just running and Jelly Roll comes on and you just turn to your left?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll.
He starts singing it to you.
Yeah. I'm not. I just. I don't know. I'm not nervous about it. I just feel like halfway through I'm gonna want to quit.
Can I tell you what I think's going to happen with you?
Yeah.
Is I'm going to run, so I'm going to go. You're going to start out with Jelly Roll and Bert, and you're going to be going, and Bert's probably going to run a little bit, or if he may walk and run and do whatever. But you're going to be walking, and Jelly Roll's going to go, "Come on, Calta, let's go. We're going to run now." And then you're going to run for go,
shut your fat face.
30 or 40 seconds. No, but that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be with those guys. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm interested in what I'd like to do is, so we are putting together some Team Calta shirts. They got the big Mike Calta Show logo on the front with two of the Poor Osos bears behind it. And it says Team Calta 5K on the back. And we're trying to get those up so they'll be available if anybody wants. They're tank tops. There'll also be shirts and stuff available. But I would like all of us to say, hey, Team Calta is going to meet at this time in this area or whatever, and then we could all go together.
Yeah.
And then some of us, some people can run and people can walk and do whatever they want, but we can all at least meet up and take a big team picture.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, boy. All right. We got to take a break. Our phone numbers are 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Mike Calta Show, good morning. I need him, too.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's Medicine Man. What's up?
How are you, Medicine Man?
Yeah, I was celebrating St. Patty's Day down in Cricketers and Dunedin. Bearded Brothers were playing there.
Who was?
The Bearded Brothers.
The Bearded Brothers. I like those guys, the Bearded Brothers.
Yeah, they were cool. They really rocked the place last night.
What's the?
It was a cold one out there in the tent party there.
It was cold. It was very cold. I walked the dogs last night.
Oh, man.
Like, okay.
It was super cold last night for St. Patty's Day party.
Did you get drunk?
A little bit. I ate some corned beef and cabbage. It gassed me up quite a bit, too.
No, that's good. I was wondering how your gastrointestinal system was doing. Okay. Got to go. See you later.
Yeah, by the way, I did a long run last Friday.
You did a what?
I did a long run last Friday on the e-bike. I went only from where I lived the holiday to the Reggae Fest in St. Pete.
Jeez. And you don't have tickets, right? You just show up there hoping to get tickets?
I just bought a wristband when somebody was leaving.
I love it. Hey, I'll buy your wristband for $4.
Is that what he does?
I guess.
So if you're leaving and he'll be like, I'll give you $10 for it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. And then how does he get it back on?
Take it off. Don't rip it.
Oh, that's so funny.
He probably has a razor blade with him.
Yeah. It's
glue and
tape and all. Yeah. That's hilarious. I just watched the funniest video, and I haven't said that in a long time. I watch a lot of videos where I go, This was a woman. It was a black lady who was kind of large, just so you can picture it in your head. And she's laying on an operating table.
Oh my God!
She's got did you see it?
Yes.
She's got the gown on and the scrubs and all that stuff and the hat. And have you seen this?
No, I don't think so.
They put on music. They put on the girls. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. The Spice Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And they let her start singing that song until her anesthesia kicks in.
Okay.
And she's like, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And she's dancing left and right, and she's doing that, what you really, really want.
She made it further than I thought she was going to make it.
She went further.
Yeah.
And then she goes, and doesn't close her eyes.
No. Is that like a thing?
I don't know. I wondered if my eyes were closed.
You just stay. I thought you fell asleep.
Right?
But she looked like she died.
Yeah. Wow.
I had to go get the.
Well, I would imagine if you're doing that, if the anesthesia is taking over, or whatever, and your muscles all stop, everything's stopping, your eyes don't close because you're
trying to.
You know what I mean? If it's shutting everything down, you're just done. So your eyes don't.
Normally,
close.
you would lay there with your eyes closed.
You're closing your eyes when you go to sleep. You're purposely closing your eyes. But if you just,
it was so weird to see it. I
stopped,
thought the same exact thing.
But when you fall asleep, you fall asleep.
You're closing your eyes.
Yeah,
but because you have control of your muscles that do that. But the anesthesia is hitting the switch and turning everything off. So you're no longer controlling.
I wonder if they do that weird thing like they do on TV when somebody dies, if they close their eyes.
Maybe.
I sleep with my eyes open sometimes.
Yeah, you're weird like that.
Or they put the tape over so you don't open your eyes.
What do you mean?
Sometimes my eyes are like they're half open when I fall asleep.
My oldest brother was like that too. I would walk into a room or something, whatever, and start talking to him, and he's laying there like this.
No.
Yeah.
Sleeping?
Sleeping.
Yeah, it's creepy.
That would freak me out.
Oh, it's weird. It certainly is weird.
I feel like
the last time I want to chime in on the surgery thing. Real creepy. The last surgery I had, I was still like awake, but I had that paralysis where I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move my body, but I was still conscious. And I can feel them opening my mouth to put the tube in. And then I heard the doctor go, "Is he still awake?"
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. And then I went out and I woke up and I was like, yeah, but that was freaky. I thought I was going to feel the whole surgery.
Did you ever have a catheter?
Oh yeah.
That's fun, huh?
Oh, it's a good time. I the first time I had a catheter, I was at like Tampa General and they had a nurse student following around my nurse. And
let's get everybody to look at my wiener.
Yeah. Oh, and she was hot too.
Yeah, of course.
I was like 16, I think. I had like some weird kidney infection, and the nurse was this big old like 300-pound 50-year-old lady, and she put it in no problem and everything. And then she told the other girl, she goes, "All right, now you take it out."
Oh.
And because I only had it in for like an hour, and then I was like, I don't want her, to see me. And then she went down there and she went to tug it. And it was like somebody was ripping my insides out.
Yeah.
And the big lady screamed, "You got to deflate the bubble."
Oh! I am holding mine right now. That hurt so bad.
So had she done it the way they normally do it, like a Evel Knievel ripcord, she may have just tore my insides out. It was so close.
God, that is my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I think about it all the time. It hurts.
I have said before that if they said to me, "We have to do a catheter," and I'd go, what's if you don't do it? And they go, "You're going to die." I go, "Okay. I'll choose death."
Yeah.
But then I've had it done and it's not so bad.
If it's done correctly.
It's psychological. It's the thought of it. I couldn't look at it, and then when they took it out, I was like, "Please, just take it out, just take it out," and they just went fast. But I had a heart catheter done where they go inside your heart, and they just put the dye in it, but they had to put me out for that. And the girl goes, "You're not really going to be all the way unconscious." I go, "Okay." I go, I'm fine with that. I don't want to be awake for any of it. And she goes, "No." She goes, "I'm like a bartender. I'm going to give you a really strong drink." And I go, "Okay." And she goes, "Do you like tequila?" I go, "Sure." She goes, "Well, here comes some tequila." And I was like, "Okay." That's all I remember.
Then you wake up.
And the next thing I woke up and they were like, I go, "Yeah, I'm fine."
It makes me think about different stuff like Dexter, whenever he injects people and then they're just completely out.
Right. Yeah.
But then they wake up and they're tied to the table and stuff. But there's the what is the upstanding citizen? No, what is it?
I know you can never remember it. No, I can't think of it because you said something citizen.
Law-abiding citizen. Great movie. But there's part where he has a gun and the guy picks up the gun because he wants him to pick up the gun. And when he pulls the trigger, it spikes into his hand and it has a poison that's from the puffer fish, whatever. But it just freezes all your muscles, but you're completely awake so the guy can torture him and stuff.
So that was an episode of Criminal Minds. Do you remember that? You watched Criminal Minds?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you did.
Was that Mandy Patinkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never watched that.
But that was what he would do. And he would have these girls paralyzed, but aware, and their eyes would move. And he had them like dressed up as like dolls. in this one room, and all of these like
Yeah.
women were just, and you can't say anything. They're just looking, and their eye. I mean, it was the freakiest thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I could be a serial killer. Mostly, besides I don't want to kill anybody, but besides because I'd be afraid of other serial killers. I don't know. Like I feel like if you're surrounded by bodies, that's just scary. You know, like I don't know. I'm too afraid of the things
but
that
to
go
them,
with it.
that's trophies.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so scary.
How many serial killers do you think are out there active right now? There's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just so you know,
God.
there's a lot. And they say, listen, truckers, I love you. You guys are doing a lot of great
Mhm.
stuff, and you're bringing stuff from here to there and doing everything else.
But
They say
Yeah.
that there's a lot of truckers that are in that kind of have that thing because they're always
moving.
on the road. They're
Constantly moving.
Yeah.
And that they trade people too.
Oh.
What do they do?
What do you think they're doing with them?
I mean, you mean like living people?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like dead.
So
people.
did I. I was like,
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah. So I got
Okay.
you a Filipino from Texas. What
Right,
You got?
yeah.
I got 2 Polish ladies from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Weird.
No, I don't. I'm just saying. It's good. What do they call it?
That guy
Barter
up
system.
there at Long Island, when the beach, that Gilco Beach or whatever it is, they thought that that's what that was because that's like right near, highway and
Oh, really?
all the different stuff. Yeah, I mean that's could be.
I just saw also a video of Heather Graham. Remember Heather Graham?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
From Instagram.
sure.
Her body is like I don't know how old she is.
Unbelievable.
She's unbelievable shape.
Yeah.
Does nothing for me.
Oh really?
Didn't move at all. I'm just not into blondes like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird. I know all you blondes out there are very disappointed. No, I just looked at the thing and I go, wow, look, she's amazing. And then I go, nothing.
Yeah,
No-
how old is
no
she? I
feelings.
wonder.
She's
I mean,
got to be 50 something.
Yeah.
If she's 50 with that body,
Yeah,
that's
she-
incredible.
I'm gonna
she-
say she's 54.
Oh, hey Siri.
Yeah.
I got it.
Oh,
Hold
sorry.
on, I'm looking
Okay.
it up right now.
All right.
55.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
55.
She should be wearing a bikini everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in too much lately.
No, but I mean, she seems to be pretty happy.
Yeah.
Seems to be doing okay.
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham didn't do it for me as roller girl, and she doesn't do it for me now as old hot lady. I'm sure she's tore up about it.
Yeah.
800-771-1025. John
Yes.
John B.
Yes, sir.
We have to take 2 breaks left.
Yeah, we technically have 2 more segments.
What if I take 1 break,
Yep.
talk, and then we'll just end the show?
I mean, we can figure that out. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So we'll take a break now, just because I got to get it in, and we'll come back and we'll talk up until as long as we can talk.
Sounds good.
All right, and I'll take your phone calls if you want to get them in. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
So I have a meal replacement, the powder
Yeah.
stuff, and it's Quest, which is really good because that's real low sugar.
Yeah.
But it's peanut butter and it's really good. And I put blueberries in there, so it's almost like a peanut butter and jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Went to make one the other day. Jenny, did you eat all my blueberries?
Oh, nothing's
no.
worse.
That
She
is
goes,
hell.
I asked you. I go, you asked if you could have some. I got a big giant thing of blueberries. She ate the whole thing. And I even bought 2.
What is she, a rabbit?
I even bought 2 whole big containers of it and stuff. She goes, I asked you. I go, you asked if you had some. Some is not all of them. I go, now I just have to have peanut butter. I don't have my jelly.
I am allowed to eat cheesesteaks.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Yes. So it's one of the few things that I could eat a couple of,
Mhm.
you know? And the other day I was like, I have my routine. I go get my cheesesteak sometime in the afternoon. There was no cheesesteaks.
Mm.
But there was a whole bag of non-polio cheesesteaks that nobody likes in the thing.
Oh.
And I took one of those and I went and I hit my daughter in the leg with it. And she's like, what? And I go, did you eat the cheesesteak? And she's like, well, I go, why don't you eat these cheesesteaks? She's
Yeah.
like, nobody likes those. I go, those are the other ones are mine. You ate mine. I hit her with the cheesesteak. Dude,
I
this
thought
ma-
you were saying cheesesteak for like.
Oh,
The
no,
first,
no, no,
the
no.
first-
Cheesesteak
and
is
I was
not
like,
on the
oh,
diet,
Okay, you
yeah.
could have a couple cheesesteaks.
Actually,
Good
kind
for
of
you.
would be on the diet.
So
yeah.
you know what you do is you get a bunch of the cheese sticks and you put them in like one of those big gallon Ziploc bags, whatever. Take one out, call a family meeting, take one out, and just go and lick it, and then put it back in and go. There you go.
Yep. I don't
All you
know.
have to do is one. All you
Yep.
have to do is
And
one.
they'll never know which
Yeah.
one it was.
They're
Yeah.
probably still out there.
Do you? This is a personal question.
Oh.
Do you
Oh.
wax?
I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go wax before the cruise.
Now I just shave it all and tweeze it all.
I am going
It's not as
to.
glamorous as it
It's not
sounds.
It's not as glamorous tweezing and
What do you have to wax?
my
Because
bikini
you guys
line.
have different parts. You know that,
Oh,
right?
well.
No, I know, but I need to wax my ears
Mm-hmm.
and my nose. My
Mhm.
nose hairs are growing into my mustache.
I think you should have your wife do it.
No. Two things. One, I
Let her
would not
stick
give
those
her
things
this.
in and
She
rip 'em out.
would not get the. I
She
would
did
not
great
give
with
her the
dyeing your hair.
satisfaction. She didn't dye my hair.
Your
She dyed my
face hair.
beard.
Well, same.
Yeah, but I don't want
Hair.
people thinking I dye my hair too.
Mm.
Just weird. It's weird to dye your hair.
I know.
I just looked at goddamn Scott Baio. I was watching a video of Scott Baio on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 53. He's got to be 56.
At least I may go possibly closer to 60. Let's see.
Full head of hair. Full head of black hair.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. He looks great.
I'm sure he dyes it.
I don't know. He's got a little gray in it. It's got a little gray
you
on the
can
side.
dye it that way. You can dye
Nah,
it so
he
it's not
doesn't
such a
look like it's-
drastic change.
He doesn't look like it's fancy hair.
53, and you said he's got to be what, 56?
Well, I knew he was older than me, so I figured like 56.
64.
Oh my
He's 64.
God.
64.
He looks
Scott
good.
Baio, I know you're out there. He lives in Sarasota. I know we keep trying to hook up and we haven't hooked up yet, but you look fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't hook up. I might fall in love with him.
Well, first off, stop saying hook up.
I mean, hang out. Hang out.
Yeah, that
I'm
is
straight,
better.
Scott. I was just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm married and I'm totally straight. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't. I mean, he's still Chachi.
Yeah.
He still looks great.
Oh my God!
better
No,
believe
I've
it.
been watching
He's
him on
Charles in
Arrested.
charge.
I've been watching him on Arrested Development.
Blah, blah, blah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He's so good on there.
It's so good.
I don't know. I just I need to get some stuff done. I think I'd also like to get my back done, but I'm not running around
Didn't
shirtless.
you do that before and it didn't
I did,
end
and
so well?
it went great. No, it went great.
Is that your brother that did that? That it didn't
Yeah,
end so well?
yeah,
No,
Okay.
yeah, it was the shaving thing.
It was my brother had
Yeah.
did something. They got
Before
all.
before a cruise.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta test it out a little bit before.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you asking me if you do you need me to help you wax?
I didn't. No,
Oh.
God, no. Last thing I want you doing is standing
I
over
don't care.
my big naked body.
That's fine.
No. I was wondering if you go, like, if you had a routine. I go to I Wax You in Wesley Chapel, and they do, but I don't. They're too hot, those girls, for me to be like, all right, wax my back.
I just would go to the European Wax Center. There's one in Carrollwood right
Yeah.
here. They're great, very
Big
professional.
old Polish ladies.
No, some of them are darling, but they're very professional. I just,
I mean, they're all
I had to cut
professional,
costs when
but-
I had a kid,
Yeah.
so
It
now I
is
got to do it myself.
wild to me that ladies go in there and get like all the stuff waxed and like they gotta hold your feet up over your head.
I
and do
held
all
my
kind
own, but let me tell you, when you're pregnant and getting waxed,
Oh,
and so because they do, front
I'm
to
just
back.
happy somebody's touching you.
Well, no, but like trying to be on all fours with that big old belly.
Yeah.
It's not the most glamorous, but I just always tell myself there's somebody that is much worse than me.
Is that what you do? You have to get on all fours?
I've seen movies
Well, when
like
you're
that.
pregnant, because I couldn't grab my legs to lift them up over my head.
Oh, that's how you do it normally?
Yeah.
You hold it up like you're in
Yeah.
the stirrups?
Yeah.
They don't have like stirrups for that?
No, not. I mean, like literally up over my head.
Oh,
So-
you get the taint?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to get all the way to the back.
I think I'd like to do that.
Sure, you'd probably be great at it.
I'd like to. I'm interested in that area.
Everybody says it hurts, and I'm sure to some it does. But I love the feel of the warm wax. And after
Yeah.
the first pool, you're
It's,
good.
After the first
It's
one,
like a
you're good.
tattoo. After that initial, like, okay, now you're used to it.
Hello?
I'm a fool. I'm an old fat.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I think I bumped into this stupid button. Let me pause it.
Let's shoot Uma in the vagina.
That's pretty good.
Moron.
You know
What
you're
a
fat
moron.
when you're fat knocks off knocks
Yeah,
into the show.
sorry about that. My
That's
bad.
all right. What were we saying?
Getting waxed, warm wax.
Yeah. Oh, I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
feeling. Yeah, and then it goes away pretty
goes
quick.
away,
This
yeah.
thing. When I get my nose done,
Well, that I've never done.
so they put it on a ball and with a little stick on it. They stick that
little
in.
lollipop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, and then after a while it gets harder. And they go 1, 2, 3, and it feels like they're ripping your brain out from the back of your head just from the violence of it. But it
Okay.
doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's good. All right, that's it. We're done. I'm sorry I didn't get to. I'm sorry I didn't get to the phone calls. Hello. Thank you.